go. Stream will be starting in just a moment, everyone. I just need a second to go get some more coffee, because this morning has been interesting.
Invincible.
Alrighty then, let's go ahead and pause this real quick so we can get started. Old World is open, I just need to make sure that everything is as it should be. Okay, that'll work. Let's pop over here and prepare to make that transition to the actual Old World scene. Come on, thing. Do your job. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a better morning than I am having. There are some interesting stories I'll be telling as soon as we get this thing actually up and live. I'm just making sure the game capture is coming through before I transition us over to that screen. Whammo, there we go. Okay, and now we will be hopping back into the game once I reorganize this a little bit. Let me make sure everything is good. All right, do not need studio mode anymore. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, violin goodness. I have to say right off the bat, I like the aesthetic of the game. It's very straightforward. It does have an old world feel with a nice bit of like modernist minimalism. So I'm all about this art style. We're gonna be hopping right in. I have not played any of this, so I'm going in blind. And we're gonna be playing as Philip of the Greece. I am King Philip II of Macedon, son of King Amyntas III, founder of the unified Macedonian state. I received a diplomatic and military education from Epaminondas, I think I pronounced that right, and established a federation of Greek states known as the League of Corinth. I reformed the ancient Macedonian army and established the Macedon phalanx. As a teen, I may have had an older male lover, a general I lived with named Pimenes. Over the course of my life, I married 7 times. One of my wives, Olympias, gave me a son, and I named him Alexander. He was born the year my horse won in the Olympic Games. Alexander is now 13. The Geekdom of Gore, this is Old World. It is a new 4X from Mohawk Studios. Do want to take a second, folks, to say thank you to the great folks over at Mohawk Studios, particularly... give me 1 second here. I want to make sure that I don't mess anything up with this. I'm bad with names sometimes, guys, and I really want to be thankful here because I had the honor of meeting... oh, come on. Where did the email go? There we go. There we go. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. I was trying to be respectful there. Anyways, I had the honor of meeting Soren and Layla Johnson when I went and did the panel with Amplitude at PAX. After the panel, we got to talk with them. They were working on this game, which it's currently called Old World. I'm not going to go into what it was called while it was in development. But anyways, it's a wonderfully different 4X that takes place in a much closer area, right? Because in most 4X games, you take over the entire faction, and that's who you are. You're the entire faction. But in this, we are legitimately Philip and his family. And everything takes place on a much more modular level. From my understanding, there are thousands of historical events that have been carefully researched by Layla, so kudos to you, Layla. This sounds super exciting. And Soren Johnson was a lead developer on Civilization 4, which was the first Civ that I got really, really into. He was a co-lead developer on Civ 3, which was the first one I actually played. I played that on an old Mac, guys. So I'm super, super excited to check this out. Everything in this game happens on a more, like, modular level, right? So, like, we all have actual interactions with other leaders, and maybe we, like, insult somebody from another country, and their ancestors will remember that. Think about it, it's like every one of those games, so-and-so will remember that, except for in this case, they will remember that and declare war on you 10 years later kind of thing. So our leader will die eventually. This is just as much about our family line as it is about our leaders. I'm super excited. There's also some really innovative things they've done with this, so I just can't wait to dive in. While I'm at it, though, I do want to give a shout out and thank you to Amplitude Studio once again for that great opportunity to be on that panel at PAX. I was actually introduced to Layla and Soren by Jeff Spock, who was talking to them about narrative design. Jeff, if you don't know, is the lead writer at Amplitude. He is phenomenal. Love you, Jeff. And of course, Jean-Max, thank you for all of the great opportunities to talk with you when we were at PAX. And of course, I will not forget Natasha, who I probably wouldn't have been there without. So thank you to everybody over at Amplitude Studios, but especially the wonderful people that I got to work with at PAX. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats here. So as the Greeks, we're going to start out with Ironworking, which unlocks the Warrior unit, which is a melee infantry with 20 health, 2 movement, 4 strength, has Zoc. I don't know what Zoc means. Consumes 1, I'm guessing that's iron. Upgrades to Maceman or Spearman, leads to Labor Force, Husbandry, and Battle Line with Military Drill. I have no idea what any of that means, but I'm sure we'll figure this out as we go in. We also start with Stone Cutting. Drama. Hey, Greek dramas, baby. We get the Hoplite unit and the Phalangite. That's very cool. And then here are our families. So this is the part that's really intriguing to me. We have the Archaeod family. All cities produce +2, I'm guessing, defense per year. Cities always connected. All new mounted units start with Saddleborn. Family seat can build units that require horse, camel, elephant. On seat founded, gain scout. Interesting. So if I'm not mistaken, the way that part of this works is that these are all the family lines connected to our leader, and eventually one of these family lines may overtake the other in a political coup and gain power, essentially. So that's what this stuff is, and this is super cool, guys. I don't know about you, but this is exciting because this is the kind of internal politics that we very rarely see in these type of games. In most cases, politics in 4X games are very external. There's not a whole lot of internal. AMP does a little bit more of that in ES2, where you've got like your different populations who have their different sort of affinities and desires, but this is a whole nother level. So we have the Artisans, which produce +2 of some resource I don't know right now. Family seat, -1 years to build urban improvements. That's kind of cool. The Patrons. Okay, so we're gonna hop in. Like, we have these 4 different families. I want to read their names, though. The Archaeod, because I want to try. Cypselid, the Seleucid, and the Alcmaeanoid. I probably mispronounced most of those, but this is very cool. Okay, so we can go for advanced setup or simple setup. I'm just going to do simple here. The able is the most noob level, so I'll probably go... Actually, we have to go with the good, right? Like, we have to. So we'll go medium-sized map. Map script is seaside. Interesting. So we can do a variety of different maps here, but I'm just going to go with seaside because that's the basic starter one, and we're going to hop right in. This is very, very exciting to me. So each turn in-game represents a year of your ruler's life, which is very cool, and in a minute, you guys will realize why my webcam's been over in that corner. Ta-da! Look at that. How perfect is this? So we are now the leader of Greece, and this is going to be interesting. I told you guys I'd tell you a funny story about what happened this morning. So I realized that a Windows update messed with my mic settings, so my mic had a ton of background noise coming in, and while I was trying to fix that, I kind of threw my hand out like to the side like that, and I sent a full cup of coffee flying through the air, which landed all over my old reliable computer, like my 12-year-old computer, and I dang near had a freak out over it. But now we're here, we're playing, we're excited. This is very cool. I'm hoping that it has an already kind of built tutorial, because I'm not going to necessarily figure all this out on my own, but we will see. So we have our resources up here. We have money, we have assumingly food, iron, wood, stone, science, civics, and training. Very cool. I'm having a rough start, Morbits, but I'm very excited to get into Old World. This looks super exciting to me. We have luxury resources up here. This is our current queen, Queen Consort Olympias, your wife. She is 32 years old. She is a schemer. There you go. She is debauched, which means that as a governor, she produces +2. I'm guessing that's discontent per year. Her courage is -2, but her wisdom is 4. So she's very wise, not very courageous, and she's kind of a... I'm not sure what the definition of debauched is, but I guess prone to debauchery would be a good one. How much is this? I am actually not sure about that, but it is in early access on the Epic Game Store. We can go take a look, unless somebody... I'll let you guys do that, chat. I'll let you guys do that. Morbits, it is a historical 4X, so yeah, there's going to be some commonalities, but I can tell you right now there are some very big differences with this as well. This is our son, Prince Alexander, heir to the throne. He is a hero. He's bold, which gives him +2 courage, and he has a total of 5 courage, which means that he generates an additional 8 training per year, I'm guessing, because as we said, every single turn is a year, so we can cycle to idle units. We have a city founder here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so right here our decisions really begin. We can decide which family we want to found the capital. And whichever family we have found the capital will gain their bonuses. So here we can gain a treasury. This is a... So we get +2 civics rate if we go with this family. Can hurry city production with money, +1 culture level. So this is sort of a more cultural option. The patrons. We also have the artisans who have additional output from mines and lumber mills. I like that. All new siege ships units start with ingenuity. Family seat, -1 years to build urban improvements. On seat founded, gain a worker. That seems really, really good. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. We also, this one is the military one, essentially. This one is the industrial one. This is more of the influence and cultural one. And then this is more of the money one. So we're gonna go for the industrial one, because we like doing industrial things. Diablo con Queso, no, this is not Cultist. This is Old World. It is a brand new 4X game coming from Mohawk Studios. It is in early access. So if we do encounter anything that's a little funky or whatever, that's okay. It's early access. Okay, so orders are an important feature. This is something I'm super... Okay, $39.99, there we go. This is something I'm super, super excited for. Morbits, this is something that sets it apart from all these other 4Xs. Looks like Civ, but it's pretty. Yeah, it's different from Civ in a lot of ways, and this is the biggest one that I've read about so far, and the thing I'm most excited about. Orders are an important feature of Old World. Units can move multiple times each turn, but each move consumes 1 order. Other actions, such as attacking or building, also consume orders. Your remaining orders can be seen in the lower left corner of your screen. Oh, look at that. And if we mouse over the word orders, we get a tooltip. We recommend that you first select your workers so that you may begin to improve your land before you spend all of your orders for the turn. Unused orders are sold for money at the end of the year. Each turn is a year. So basically, we have a certain number of orders right here. We got 7 right now. Isn't it, though? Isn't it? Okay, so here's what's cool about the order system, guys. If you are an industrial nation, you can spend all of what would be your movement in other games to build things. If you are an exploration nation or an expansion nation, you can spend all of what would be your move a unit once things to explore. It's very interesting because you can kind of go all in on what you're trying to do, or you can split it up. It's a interesting new way to handle actions in a 4X game, and it's the thing I'm most excited about, to be honest. I'll have to consider how to use my orders carefully each turn. Yes, I will. So in this case, they're telling me I should probably select my worker first. Workers build improvements for your city, rural improvements such as farms and mines, gather raw materials, urban improvements, and I love this mouse over feature here. This is like better than having a Civilopedia. Play however you want to play, it's really nice. Ensign Garrick, yeah, that's exactly what we're noting, and it's very cool. New ways to min-max, exactly. Beyond that, I'm very fond of this interface system right here where we can just kind of get all the info we need just by mousing over. I like that a lot. Urban tiles can only have urban improvements, spread borders. Each urban tile supports 2 population. Siege attacking into is plus 50%. Infantry defending from is plus 25%. Yeah, tooltips that are just well placed like this are really, really helpful. We can build a barracks, for example, or a shrine. Shrine of Athena, urban building. Oh, so there's like different shrines to the Greek gods because we're the Greek. And this is where that historical research comes into play. And I like this already because without throwing stones, the last Civ that I played was Civ 5, and Civ 5 had this sort of generic approach to religion where it was more just an extra game system that any different civilization could take, and it wasn't super representative of that civilization. Here we actually have a little bit more historical context, which is very nice. Training. Used to train military units. Unused training goes into the national stockpile, which can be used to promote and upgrade units. Increase training by building barracks and ranges. Very cool. Culture. When a city's culture fills up, a positive event occurs. The city's overall culture level affects what improvements and wonders can be built. Improve culture by building shrines and theaters. Interesting. So this is very cool. I also forgot to mention that this is the studio behind Off-World Trading Company. If you guys have not played that, you can definitely check it out. It's a very, very cool sort of economic warfare game. There's not a whole lot out there that's like it, to be honest. I thought the Aztecs were all Taoists, right? Like, it's not very historically contextual, whereas this is very much so. Okay, so we have our worker here. So I'm trying to understand what's going on. This is our city. Oh, we have a couple of workers. We have 2 workers and a scout. Scouts are fantastic explorers and can see further into the unknown. They can also hide in trees, making them invaluable as an early warning against invading enemies. The fact that they can hide in trees is kind of hilarious to me. Just like, I'm picturing this little scout guy hiding in a tree being like, guys, they're coming. Okay, so trees give defending versus range plus 50%. Interesting that it's that very specific distinction that you get from trees. Scouts can harvest resources, ignore zone of control. That's what Zeus is. And then they start with stealth, which is very nice. Out into the wilderness, they can look for new cities, city sites, and mysterious ancient ruins. Very, very cool. Ancient ruins gives bonus upon entering tile and prevents barbarian respawning. Very cool. Hold Shift Z to hide all improvements. All right. And then I'm assuming these are warriors right here, so let's start out with our workers and see what we can do here. There's a mine we can potentially build over here, but we have to remove the trees, so we will get plus 40 wood, and we will lose 3 orders if we decide to do this. And then over here we can just remove trees for another 20 wood if we'd like. I don't know that removing all of our trees is necessarily good, though, since we know they provide our scouts with cover. That's the ancient scouts warning system. Yeah, they have like a chain of scouts hidden in trees and they just shout back as far as they can. So they shout all the way back to the capital. That's how it works, right? Makes sense. Okay, so what we want to do here is look at what we're going to build first. And I feel like since we've already kind of gone all in on economy here... Oh, and look at that. Our workers have a maximum of 4 movement, it seems, because as we move further, those dots above them go red. Very cool. So we're going to go and start with a mine right here. No, I want to build the mine. Can I do the building of the mine thing? Yes. Yes. Are you building a mine here? Yes, you are. Okay. We just have to click it over here. So he's going to go ahead and build us a mine that's going to take 4 years. Woof. And then we're going to send this guy up here, and I think we'll build a farm next. Although I believe that because... And this is interesting, because I wonder if we can see the bonus of our seat or whatever, because we seated a certain family here, and I'm not sure exactly... Oh, look at this. Okay, so let's take a look through here and see what we can see. Victory conditions. We don't have any ambitions currently. That would apparently be our victory conditions. Very cool. Also seems to be contextual. Yeah. And then here we've got like our inheritance map. Very interesting. We can see we're a commander and she's a schemer. The perfect combination. Here we can change our laws. Primogeniture, oldest child inherits. Very cool. Current heir is Prince Alexander, who is a courageous leader. Alexander the Great. And it's also interesting because the traits seem to have these different icons. Very cool. So we could change laws here. If we wanted to, we could become a ultimogenitor, which is the youngest child inherits. We could go lateral, siblings inherit before children, dynastic, oldest direct line from founder, and then seniority, oldest dynasty member inherits. I'm not going to change any of that because I actually like our current inheritance system. So this is our law screen. We can pay civics in order to install laws, but we are missing the technologies for these. Prince Alexander looks like a D-bag. I mean, he's a military general, so like, he's probably seen some things, all right, man? Give him a break. So if we go to our active religions here, oh, we do have options between different religions, but we have to adopt these because these are not our starting religions. Very interesting. As state religion, each city produces +2 culture per year, upkeep, law civics, -1 law per year, or 1 civics per year, spreads to new cities every 12 turns, requires 2 acolytes, and we get acolytes from our temples, which we already, or our shrines rather, which we already saw. So we have to start out with our base religion of our faction, and then if we want to, we can build and change into a different religion up here. But I'm actually kind of fine with our base one, so I think we'll just stick with that. Yeah, let's do that for right now. Here is a game log, which I guess just tracks all of our actions. Here we've got a tech tree, lovely. Okay, so do we actually get to select a thing here, or is that not? Oh, it is, okay. So what do we want first? We went for economy first, which means that we really should be looking for ways to improve sort of the output of mines and things like that. Junior over on YouTube, yes, I do Fire Pro a lot of the time, but in this instance, I'm doing Old World. Because I play a lot of different stuff, but yes, I am the Fire Pro guy. So let's see, labor force is an option here, which is interesting because we can get additional science by making freedom a law, or we can gain additional orders, but wow, look at that. Do y'all see how strong slavery is? +5 orders per year, that's really, really good. I'm not gonna go that way because I'm just not fond of that ideal, but yeah, interestingly powerful. Let's see, we could go for coinage here at some point, add in guilds. So this is crazy. I don't know where we want to go first, guys. I really don't. We've got hamlets here, which get +10% bonus if they're adjacent to theaters and baths. I have no idea. I think we'll go with husbandry here because that's going to generate more food. hey, I'm just reading the game effects, man. +5 orders per year is pretty strong. Like, it really is strong, and if you can't acknowledge that, that's your own thing. Okay, so we have 1 city under Greece, that is Athens right here. We could rename the city if we so chose. Here we go, this is what I wanted to see. So mines and lumber mills produce 20% more output. So we want to focus on building mines and lumber mills early. We could still build... and what is this? This is just a map overview. There's a help screen. Replay the actions over the last year. Oh, that's very cool. So you can replay just the actions of the entire last year. So let's take this worker, and we could build another mine here, but I feel like if we can establish a lumber mill somewhere, that would actually be better. I'm assuming that that's what this is, but I can't say for sure that that's a lumber mill. It doesn't seem like Because everything else is saying, like, build a farm, build a mine. I feel like if this was a lumber mill, it would say build a lumber mill. So what I think we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll build a farm. All right. Little worker dude, I want you to... Oh, no, we don't have enough orders, I'm assuming? Yeah, we don't have enough orders to build a farm here at the current time. Interesting. Okay, so we have one order left. We have begun building a mine. I probably should have explored a little bit more. We have camels in the middle of our woods, which is interesting in and of itself. So we can... How far can we go for one order? We can kind of move these guys out pretty far for one order, but we also know that improvements that we make to our city build faster, so we might want to do that instead. Olympiad adds 1 training per year, council on completion, plus 60% civics, plus 60% money, and then there's festival, which adds plus 20... I don't know what that green symbol is. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that green symbol is. Looks like we already have a settler in queue. You can choose research. Oh, interesting. So divination will give us shrine improvements. We can go for trapping, which will give us the slinger unit and the camp. Plus 5.5 camels per... plus 0.5 camels per order. We'll be prompted, we'll be given choices a bit later. Right on, Ensign Garrick. I appreciate that. So they're recommending divination here. I think we'll just go with the recommended for right now. Seems good. And is that all of our orders? No, we still have 1 order left. So let's go to the next unit. I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and start exploring. Discovered drama, founded Athens. Okay, so we're just gonna go explore a little bit out here. Go, little scout guy, go. And that's gonna be it for us, so we're gonna end the year and see what happens. Ensign Garrick, have you played this already a bit? It sounds like you have. Time passes quickly. You still remember the birth of Prince Alexander, but he is growing up fast and eager to learn. Would you like to educate Prince Alexander? No, I want to keep him completely ignorant because that will make him a truly great leader of our people. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. So we can have him study tactics, which will give him +1 courage, playing into his already existing strengths. Oh, right on. Well, then I'm glad you're here because you can help us through, Ensign Garrick. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay. So if we swing into tactics, then we get his courage. Oh, I forgot a thing. Hold on, guys. Let me add something in, because I'm sure that I might have missed a thing. One short moment here. Add existing. There we go. Okay. That'll be better. I kind of had our alerts turned off, which I forgot about. I remembered because I have a new alert that I'm excited for, so we'll see if we get any new follows today. But he is growing up fast and eager. We already did that. So tactics, we swing into what he's already strong at and make him even better at it. We can go into rhetoric, which will give him more charisma, giving us more civics generated from him. We can go into commerce, which means he will be both good at military and money. Or we can go into philosophy, so he'll be a militarist and a scientist. Now, I could go 2 different ways here, right? Actually, I could go with any one of these, but I think, because personally, I have a great respect for the Greek philosophers, and I think they were incredibly important to the development of human logic, I'm gonna go with philosophy here. Maybe a little bit against the grain. Plus, his mom has a high wisdom, so maybe we swing a little bit into wisdom, we give him a little bit of combat from his dad, and we get a pretty balanced leader. Now, we have 3 years remaining on this mine. We are able to build our farm here now, which is great. Let's go ahead and do that. Farms generating food, I'm assuming, will help us generate more population more quickly. I do not want to activate our scout right now. I want to go back into our city. They're recommending that we build the Olympiad here, as well as a warrior. Now, the Olympiad will produce an additional training per turn, but it also gives us 20 training on completion, and it costs 40 civics. So this is where we start to really understand the balance between the resource system. So we can also see that we're generating +8 from those for Athens, +12 on science from Athens, and our food rate is currently -2, so building this farm is actually a good idea. We are weak culturally, and we have very little discontent. There we go, that's growth. That's what that green symbol is. So the festival will add growth, which I think, for us, is more important than getting the Olympiad here. Sorry guys, my phone keeps dinging. So let's go ahead and do the festival first. And we'll also do a warrior. We'll put that in queue. It's going to take 5 years to finish the festival, 8 years to finish a warrior. That's actually a really cool time metric right there. 8 years to train a warrior makes sense. Like, you don't just train a warrior overnight. From heir education. Okay, so now we have 9 orders left. We're going to probably use our scout here to get a better look at our world map. There is a city site over here. Interesting. Huh. I think we're going to move towards that. I want to see what that is and how that actually works. So is this... We can march, force march unit. No, I don't want to do that. Can we just basically... Is this telling us this is another place we can put a city? If so, that's great. So we've already discovered like a second area we can put down a city. I'm kind of fine with that. Yes, okay, cool. That's what I suspected. So we'll be able to put another city down here if we want. We have kind of... Oh, warrior is selected. The warrior is the first melee unit available to your nation. Melee units will form the backbone of your army, defending you from enemy tribes and nations. I'll use warriors for early combat. I will use warriors for early defense, but we can kind of use them as scouts here a little bit as well. They don't have a ton of movement, and it costs more to move them for order-wise. But we can kind of move them out here and expose a little bit more of the map. I am leaving our city vulnerable by doing that. There are a limited number of city sites across the map. Very cool. Also something different from a lot of other 4X games. So essentially there's only so much... I mean, I guess other 4X games use regions and things like that to keep that more limited. But having specific city sites actually makes sense, especially since it looks like they're sort of connected by bodies of water, which makes a lot of sense. That's how ancient cities did flourish, is they used boats and things to transport goods. So very cool. And I think we're kind of good. We're working on divination here. Let's go ahead and end our year. Dark Omens, your newborn Duchess Didamia arrives in the dead of night during a howling rainstorm. Mystics on the court view this event as a very bad omen, and they warn us of coming turmoil. What should we do? So we can sacrifice cows to our chief gods, which is going to cost us 40 food. We can build a great ritual fire to ward off evil, which will cost us 40 wood. We can do nothing. This is mere superstition, which will generate 60 discontent. Wow, that's... I think I'm going to build a great ritual fire. We have a ton of wood, and food is honestly more important right now for us to be able to get a higher growth rate. So I'm going to go ahead and build a great ritual fire. I like that. We will build a pyre to the gods. Okay, so let's go to our next unit. We do have 12 orders remaining here. We don't have any more workers to do their worker thing, so we're just going to keep kind of exploring here with our scout, see what we can discover. Oh, horses. Lovely. So this city will give us access to horses, it looks like. Uh-oh, tutorial nation contact. You've encountered a rival nation. Other nations are your primary opponent in Old World. However, successfully engaging them diplomatically can lead to gaining a powerful trade partner and ally. It will be up to you to decide which nations are worthy of being your allies and which should simply be conquered. Player contacted. This looks like, oh, this is Cyrus of Persia. I'll do my best to make some friends. Yeah, sure, that. Friends. Friends are good. How do we actually talk to them, though? I'm assuming up here. Wow, we can declare war with Persia. That's not at all what I want to do. They're upset with us. They are stronger than us. That's not good. Hi there. Can we communicate? No. No. I am not declaring war. I'm just exploring here. I am just a lowly explorer. We did find some barbarians over here. They're a bit far from us, though, so I'm not super worried about them. We could begin moving our warrior towards them, though, if we wanted to perhaps... Oh, this is interesting. The warrior has a much lower vision range as well. That is intriguing. And there is a salt mine here that we could go ahead and harvest. Very cool. Can we move here? No. Okay. I don't need to force march that unit. That's fine. We have 3 orders left. Now, what we do with them, I am not entirely sure. And I'm not sure how we actually make diplomatic contact with Persia here. I assume maybe we send a scout. I bet you we send a scout into their city. You can use explorers to harvest resources that you run across. If they are close enough to one of your cities, it can be a good way to build up resources. Oh, very cool. Okay. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll use that to try to grab those horses next turn. We also have a settler done in 2 years, 2 turns. So if we get them out there, we can probably come settle this city really quickly. I'm not sure what the penalty is for settling too much too fast, but we'll definitely take a look at that and see how that's going to help us or not. Okay. Looks good. I believe that if we send a scout to their empire, we should be able to talk to them. Oh, the Sipsalid family are cautious right now. And Alexander is doing his tutelage. Yeah, I saw that. I understand. I'm not going to move them. So if we don't use our orders, they get turned into money. That's right. Because we don't have anything else to do with our orders right now. So we'll just go ahead and end our turn. Perhaps should have built units a little bit faster so that we could... No, I don't want to declare war. I just want to talk to them. Can I talk to them, please? Maybe? No? All right. No talking to our Persian neighbors. Here we go. Your scout has moved on to some camels, a harvestable resource. Your scout can spend an order to yield a small amount of materials. Harvesting is a great way to boost my early economy. Sounds good. Would you harvest those camels, please? That sounds really bad. We're harvesting camels now, guys. This is just what we've come to. We can promote this unit, which gives it critical chance plus 10%. Versus bloodthirsty units, it gets, or versus damage units, it gets plus 10%. Fighting from hills. Interesting. Oh, okay, so we get to choose one of these that we can use to promote the unit. It does require training. Cooldown is 1 year, and it consumes an order. So let's go with critical chance plus 10%. Seems pretty strong. Fighting from hills is also very strong. Fighting from trees seems even stronger since we can avoid ranged units that way. So what I think we'll do is we'll probably start out with the crit chance and then go for something else. Our warrior unit has been working, or hard at work training for battle, and they are ready to take orders. Will you take the role of general and lead them? Yes, I belong on the field of battle. No, I am needed in the capital. Okay. You can disable tutorial events. I don't want to disable tutorial events. I just don't know what the penalty is for pulling our leader out of the capital. I guess we'll do it. We'll send him to the field of battle. Let's go. Oh, is that what promoting does? Promoting essentially gives them an actual leader. Very cool. So this seems to have allowed us to move a little bit more. Your warrior is on cooldown and can't take any more actions. Alright, fine. So we are basically done with that for this turn. And if we come over here to Athens, we already have stuff in queue, so there's not a whole lot we can do with that. I think that's it for us. Yes. I have understood the cooldowns. Ending the year. So we get a little bit of money there. Your wife has given birth to a daughter, Stratonice. Okay, so we've got 2 more kids here. They're both females. That's good. That's good. I'm assuming, like... I don't want to be terrible here, but I'm assuming that because of the historical nature of this game, perhaps we can forge alliances with other factions and have our daughters marry their sons and, you know, strengthen the bond of the alliance that way. I'm not all about forced marriage. Like, if it gives us options about forced marriage, I'm going to be like, nah, I'm cool. But at the same time, like, that does seem to be a way that ancient civilizations made peace. Let's go ahead and harvest some horses here. Hey, our farm and our mine are finished. Lovely. So we should be gaining additional resources from those. Our food rate is now +3 instead of -2, which is great. That's something we very much want. We can move him over here and begin building a mine. I don't think we have a structure that allows us to specifically harvest these different resources yet, but I'm assuming, yeah, so requires trapping, requires husbandry. Okay, that makes more sense. I like it. Alright, let's go over here and begin working on another mine then. And then with this guy, we can potentially build something else. We don't need a farm. There is a quarry available here. Let's have him build a quarry. Do we not have the resources, or is he out of actions? Oh, we're out of actions. We're out of orders entirely. Darn, and we have our military unit left up here. I guess I'll have to be a little bit more careful about our orders here. Your second city, your capital is finished training a new settler. Settlers are the key to expanding your empire. I'll choose my nation's next family carefully. Take this settler to a nearby city to establish. When you found your city, you'll have to choose which family to grant it to. This family will provide you powerful bonuses, so consider carefully before making your selection. Okay, so we already have a Sipsalid family one. I feel like our next bet is either to go into science or military at this point. You can also buy additional orders if you run out like that. Oh, you can. Where do I go to buy additional orders? Where do I go to buy additional orders? Because that would be great. Because I just realized we have a settler that we did not move because I'm terrible. I need 6 orders here. How do I buy them orders? Go to where you have 0 orders. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow. That is not at all cheap, though. Requires coin debasement to buy it for coin, which we do not have. So we can spend 100 training for additional orders. The question is, how much movement would we actually gain here? I don't think it's worth that much to do that. In a stroke of good luck, a cache of precious metals has been discovered in the new mine near Athens. How should we use this unexpected boon? Mine finished. Add it to the treasury, 130 coins. Beautify the city, plus 30 culture. So I don't think the coins are going to be super useful here right now, because we don't have enough, like we're lacking text to be able to spend them for orders. Yeah, thank you, Garrick. I appreciate that, I do. I think once we get coin debasement where we can spend coin on that, that's actually going to be really, really good. But for right now, we're probably better off going with Beautify the City, so that's what I'm going to do. That 30 culture is a nice boon. And let's see what else we have going on down here. Okay, so we knew about that, we knew about that. Athens trained a settler, we knew about that. Your wife has given birth to a daughter, we knew about that. Alright. Tutorial culture. So far, I'm digging the way that the tutorials work in this. They seem to roll out sort of over the first couple of turns, which is a nice pacing, so you're actually playing a little bit, you're doing a little bit of tutorial back and forth. Athens has reached developing a new culture level. Higher tiers of culture unlock additional improvements and wonders for your city. Each new tier will also trigger a positive event for the city. Today, a group of laborers has decided to join your workforce, granting you a new worker. Sweet. I'll put them to work right away. This plays like Civ, but sounds like Hearts of Iron. I've never played Hearts of Iron, so I can't commentate on that. Oh, we can remove scrub here, which will give us 10 wood. I was hoping it would let us harvest those resources, but we're not quite there yet. We do have a new worker, but we have no orders unless we want to buy 1 order or so. Like, that is for 1 order, right? Yeah. No. I'm good. I'll pass. That is way expensive for 1 order. Like, way, way expensive. Let's go ahead and end our year. Beautiful. Studies completed. Alexander, the young heir, has returned from his philosophy studies, but he would like to retain a tutor for additional training. What shall be the focus of his continuing education? Prince Alexander, no longer philosophy student. He does now have wisdom and courage. Seems like a great combination. How to spread knowledge to others, becomes inspired, governor +2 culture per turn, or per level. And the other option is becomes affable, which encourages growth. So culture or growth. I think what we'll do is we'll go for... Okay, so I'm going to pick this based on the actual text of the options more than the game effect. How to turn inward and self-discovery. I think that's important for a leader. Like, a leader needs to constantly be reassessing their self and understanding where they stand in the world so that they can better lead their people. So I'm going to give him that. Ooh, build a shrine of Zeus. That sounds cool. Let's do that. I'm doing this just knee-jerk because it looks really cool. So we can put a shrine of Zeus here, which requires urban, lush, temperate, or arid, and will generate 2 civics and 2 culture per year and enables acolytes. I like that. Let's go for it. And it's interesting that it showed us that tooltip right there to build the Shrine of Zeus. I wonder if that's because they're trying to, you know, push us into looking at acolyte gameplay and understanding how that works. I'm going to send our settler down here right now so that we can go ahead and settle a new city, and I think we'll put it on this side just so that we're closer to these resource nodes right here. Lovely. Okay, so here we have to decide whether we want to go for culture, money, or military. And I think that in this case, all cities always connected. That bonus of connecting all of our cities is a very powerful bonus. All new mounted units start with Saddleborn. This seems very, very good. Can build units that require horse, camel, and elephant. Is the family seat for founding this, so we're going to go for it. And we gain a scout in Athens. All of these are things that make me want to do this. We have founded Sparta! Oh, guys, this is Sparta! You run a nation of kings, and you can continue to rule, but you need a leader, so you must always have an heir. Yeah, there's definitely something to that. There's also some interesting interplay between your heirs and how that works. Like, your heirs can basically generate beef with other people's heirs, and then, you know, that's going to cause problems for you down the line, potentially. Let's go take a look at Sparta here. So Sparta is going to be our military center, so we might want to build the Olympiad here first. I think that's actually pretty reasonable, and then we'll build a warrior as well. We do have those things building over in Athens, which is primarily as a defense force. We also have our leader who's just kind of hanging out here, which is not great. We do know there are barbarians down this way, so I think we're going to send them down to fight barbarians. Probably just burned all of our orders right there, which is not great because we did not build anything with this guy. Shoot. I guess we will actually trade a little bit of training here for an order, and the main reason for that is just because I want to have this guy be able to start building the quarry. Doesn't look like I can, though. I'm not sure why. I have an order left. Why am I unable to build the quarry? Because it's -1 per year for 4 years. Oh, I'm assuming you maybe have to pay that up front, so we need 4 orders. Of course, I took too long with getting my coffee. It's okay, Cat. At least you didn't send your coffee flying through the room and spilling all over your old computer like I did. So far, though, Cat, this is looking very, very cool. Persia is near us, and their strength is now similar to ours, which is good, because before they were stronger than we were. So with that one additional movement that we just purchased unnecessarily, because we couldn't do the thing I wanted to do anyway, we're going to move these guys over here and start heading towards this barbarian camp. I'm going to try to clear this camp out, guys. We'll see what happens. We do have our current commander leading them, so that should be pretty cool. And if we want to, we could actually promote them again, but it does take an order to do so, so we won't be able to do it until next turn. Ooh, promote to fierce, plus 10% versus infantry. I like that. I think we'll do that next round. We do need to choose a new research. So we could go for stone boost here. We could go for trapping. Trapping will allow us to build camps, which will let us get camels and horses and things like that. Or I guess camels, elephants, and game. Still, sounds good. We're gonna go with trapping here. And then over here we've got this guy, but he can't move anymore because we're out of orders. I am out of order all the time. Oh, why are the Argead upset? Because we have the... Oh, okay. So we actually have to appease these people by doing things that they appreciate, it seems. The Argead are upset because... from their disloyalty... Huh? I missed... Oh, if I middle-click that, it'll keep this up. Disloyalty is the yearly opinion change from disapproval level. Sparta is currently at 1 disapproval. That's not great. Okay. They're missing wine, so Sparta wants booze. Our military wants the booze, guys. How long have you been going? I think my timing is way off more than normal. I've been running for maybe an hour. I did get started a little bit late because I sent coffee flying through my room and my mic was all messed up. But both of those things are now fixed, so that's a plus. So basically, these guys have a problem because we have... Oh, because they have the smallest military. Interesting. So military is relative to where you build it, which makes me think that we should probably go over here to Athens and cut this warrior. So that we can keep them happy. This is basically not our warrior city right here. This isn't. So we're gonna let the Argead family become our warrior city. Wait, what was that? What is this? Farmer specialist. Oh, okay, so can we assign population? Is that what this is allowing us to do? Huh. Where do we actually see our population assignments here? That's something I'm curious about. Oh, okay, so we have 1 citizen right here. And we could assign them as a specialist to produce more food. I actually like that idea. Let's do that. This is going to be our industrial center, and this is going to be our military center. Right above end year. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is very good to know. You can assign citizens right above end year. Okay. So we're definitely going to be... I think it's very cool that these different houses want to do what they want to do. So the Argead want to be our military, and the Sipsalid want to just be our sort of artisans and make food and resources and things like that, which is great. Because it means that specializing your cities is also... It's not just something that makes sense, it's something that's actively incentivized. I really like that. Okay, let's go. End year. Humble emissaries from Persia kneel before the throne, unable to meet your searching eye. They have come to request aid. Future generations of our people will remember your generosity. Please, we have no place else to turn. Shall we lend Persia our support? We can provide additional training. Persia memory gave favor plus 20 opinion. Send to Persia 140 training. Ouch, that's expensive. Sadly, we are in no position to give aid. We'll give aid. We'll give aid. We are trying to be benevolent, kind Greek people, so we will send aid to Persia and hope that that allows us to build an alliance with them in the future. They're still upset with us, which I don't understand considering we just gave them aid, but maybe that'll change. And our son, Prince Alexander, is now an adult. He is fully an adult. He is both wise and courageous. Being kind to Persia, what would your heir think? He is seemingly okay with it because he didn't get salty. Oh, okay. So we can marry him to different families. Ooh, this is interesting. Alright then. I wonder if we go to our family tree thing here, if we can now, like, can we see the different families? Huh. Highest place is number 1 with law. Oh, so that's the order of inheritance. Point is, your heir is Alexander. That Alexander, the one who conquered all of Persia. Very good point. Very good point. Doesn't have to be that Alexander, though. This is our empire and our family. We can teach him not to murder the Persians. We can do that. Okay, so it's very interesting here because the Argead will probably be angry if we do decide to marry Alexander to the Sipsalid, but the Sipsalid is the industrial backbone of our Greek civilization, so I'm not sure. I think we'll wait. We don't have to commit to this right now, I don't think, so we'll just wait. Ooh, there is gold in them there hills, and it has already been harvested by our new friends, the Persians. I'm gonna go ahead and run over here, maybe, and harvest some of these resources. Or actually, let's just keep scouting. Let's keep scouting further out. I don't want to spend all of our orders scouting, though. I'm gonna leave that guy there for a moment. I just kind of wanted to see more of the map. I do want to get this guy started on a quarry so that we can start getting some more resources from that. And then over here, I'm gonna move up and probably start to harvest this resource, which is the ore. So we have exactly 4 orders left. What can we do with 4 orders? Oh, we can get in range and go to war. It does look like we're not necessarily going to kill them right out there. So let's do this. We have to spend an order to promote, and we don't actually have the training to promote at the current time because we were generous to the Persians. It is what it is. Attacks across rivers give plus 50%. Is there a way for us to attack across this river? Can we see? I don't think that that will work. We could potentially attack from the tree line here, though. That might actually help. I'm going to go ahead and move them here. And then potentially here, and... Okay, so now we can kind of see how combat breaks down. They have 4.3 combat power with their skirmishers, and we have 2.6 combat power with plus 10% crit chance. River is melee, gives us minus 50%. Oof. So yeah, this is actually kind of a tough fight for us to take. I think we're not going to take it. I think moving here might have actually been a bit of a mistake. Okay, tutorial ambition. Alexander the not so great. Alexander the benevolent. Let's go a different direction. You have unlocked the ability to choose an ambition. Ambitions are goals that your family would like for you to pursue, and completing them will grant you and all of your descendants a permanent boost to orders. All win. Completing an ambition immediately unlocks another, and completing 10 will win you the game. So always do your best to fulfill your current ambition. Here are a couple of simple ambitions to get you started. Control 4 cities, kill 5 enemy units. Let's go with control 4 cities. That's kind of more my speed here. I'm actually nervous about leaving these units right here because they may be attacked by the barbarians, and the barbarians do have the advantage here. We could use 50 to force march them, but that's not going to really help here. I think we'll just end the year. We'll end the year and hope that the barbarians do not engage. A delegation from Persia arrives with a marriage proposal for Prince Alexander. Okay, we should consider it carefully. Atassa the Engineer is the best option. So, marries Atassa the Engineer, 25, archetype Tactician, General, or Spymaster, Engineer, attack across river plus 50%. Atassa will join the nation of Greece. Dowry will give us +3 orders. Persia opinion is +20. Apama the Younger is a builder, and she is keen, so +100 XP for new ranged units. This is very interesting to me. Apama will join the nation of Greece. Dowry will give us +50 or +35 food. I feel like getting the additional orders from this is actually the biggest benefit. As far as having a tactician, I don't think that's terrible. I do think that we need to figure out how to send that tactician over to be like the leader of our armies instead of this one, which would basically be a better governor. Yeah, I think we'll go for Atassa the Engineer here, though. I like the +3 orders. Ooh, and we did get into a little bit of a military scuffle there. Hostile skirmisher is seen. And warriors did attack. Okay, so if we come down here, I think that's one-time orders, not per turn. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, we'll try to use them. Tutorial marriage. You have accepted a marriage proposal for a member of your family. Marriages are a useful diplomatic tool for forming bonds with other families, tribes, and nations. They also allow your family to continue their line with legitimate heirs who will be eligible to take over once your current ruler is gone. I'll make sure to find good matches for my family. I will indeed. My son is marrying an awesome engineer now, who will join our... Oh, we can assign her as a spy master, it seems. So I'm not quite sure how the governor and the military leader system works quite yet. That is something that I'd like to figure out in the future. So this would give us +10% damage versus damaged units. Did their units actually get damaged, though? That's a better question. They did get damaged, but we got damaged a lot more. I think we'll actually kind of pull back here. We're going to pull back to the safety of Sparta, where we will be building more units. And in the meantime, I'd like to figure out how to assign a governor. Choose governor, there we go. No governor candidates are available. All right. So we could remove our officer here, release the general, and then use him as a governor, because I believe that he is actually capable of that. Not sure how to tell, though. Archetype commander... leader +10 XP per year for idle units, +1 fatigue limit, all cities can hurry production, can serve as general or chancellor. Okay, so yeah, we could use him as a... No, I mean, I don't know if a chancellor can run a city. We can use an order here to heal, which is nice. Let's do that. Keep these folks nice and healthy. And just by sitting idly here with them, he'll give them XP. Chancellor's not a governor. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So, in that case, we have how many orders left to use? We have 10 orders left to use. And we'll probably end up using those with just our scouts. Like, that is the nice thing, is that scouts do give you a really efficient order dump if you need one. Like, we can basically just keep exploring until we run out of movement with our scouts. Oh, interestingly enough, our scouts' color is based on the family that they come from, too. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and harvest some horses here. Only so much distance we can travel, but we did manage to take advantage of all the orders that we gained from accepting that marriage. So that's a win. At least in my book. Okay. Leave Slinger. What? Releases King Cyrus the Intrepid of Persia from the Slinger. What? I'm very confused. Is he trapped by a slinger that we control? Because I don't have any slingers, so that's interesting. Okay. Very cool things up here, though, with our units being able to just be seen up here. Shouldn't move one tile at a time in the game, unlike in Civ or EL. Always move to the edge of the movement borders or you waste orders. Is that really how that works? Oh, okay. Lessons learned. I had assumed... Oh, I guess that makes sense, because scouts get, like, 3 movement per order, right? So I basically just wasted orders. Okay, lessons learned. That's alright. So let's see. We'll bounce over to these different units here real quick. Our warriors are healed up. We could move them down here and kind of prepare to fight. But at the same time, I believe we're just gaining experience by having our governor sit idly here with them, which is totally fine by me. We might actually fortify this. Yeah, why not? We'll go ahead and fortify right here, so that if any of these barbarians do come towards our city of Sparta, we can go after them, or rather we can defend from them fairly easily. This worker seems to have just finished the mines, which is great. Build a Shrine of Athena. Or we can build another quarry. Choices. So a shrine to Athena, because she was, I believe, the god or the goddess of knowledge, will give us science and culture. The shrine to Poseidon will give us culture and money. Very interesting options in and of that. Or we could just build another quarry, which I think is actually the best option here. So we're going to do that. Every click consumes an order. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, and you can see, like, I should have realized that, because each of these blue borders represents how far we can move for an order. So we want to go kind of to the full extent of our movement. Ripe land. Scouting reports portray the Scythians' land as a valuable source of potential plunder. We should consider seizing the opportunity and taking it from them. What do you command? Tribe contacted. Now is the time to strike. +2 legitimacy and Scythians at war. Maintain the initial truce. This is a tribe, which is different from an actual empire. This is like a minor faction type thing. Strength similar, special units, sites 1. What do you guys think? Do we strike at the Scythians now and take what they have? We do gain legitimacy from it. If we don't, though, we don't gain anything, really. I feel like we just gotta go in. I feel like we just gotta go in, folks. What do you guys think, though? I'll let you guys chime in if you have enough units to back it up. I've got one, and I've got another one building. But the one that's building is probably gonna take a good minute. It does say that we're pretty even with them, though, right? So, let's go for it. Let's go for it. You are now at war with the Scythians. Let's do it! What is this? Is this an ancient ruin? I think this is an ancient ruin. Let's go take a look at this. Oh, hello. Weary raiders. Our troops are approached by weary raiders who have been roaming the forest aimlessly. They wish to fight for a worthy cause. We could use the help against the Scythians. Gain a warrior. Labor is a worthy cause. +2 citizens and +40 discontent in Sparta. We'll gain a warrior. We will absolutely gain a warrior. I like this. Okay, so now we actually have a warrior over here. Shrine, yes! Kill them! Sounds like a plan. That's what we're gonna do now. The fact that we gained that extra warrior right there is actually super, super promising. Now, I think we have a total of 4 movement with these units before... I did just tell them to, you know, barricade or whatever, but I guess we're not gonna do that now. Are we out of orders? What is going on? Interesting. I think they're stuck because they're fortifying right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this warrior right here, and what we'll do is we'll just set them up so that we can bring these guys over. I'm not sure how that works. Like, I don't know if you can merge a couple different warriors. You barricaded them so they lost other movement points, I guess. Yeah, that's what I figured too, Kat. I'm not sure. Do you know, Kat, if you can combine? Does anyone know if you can combine armies? Because if we can, that's something we're going to be looking to do as well. All right. Nice. Everything else seems pretty good. We have 3 orders remaining. All of our workers are doing their thing. Sparta is relatively undeveloped. I might send one of our workers down that way to do their thing very soon as well. And here we're just kind of using these orders to get as much exploration. Hello, barbarians. Probably not a good idea to tango with them. I'm gonna move this guy over here into the forest because he should stay stealth there, and that should keep him safe. This scout right here can move. Why does it... Oh, we're out of orders. Okay. I was gonna say, why is it red? We have movement left. Ending the year. Wait, does that say we had idle civilians? That's probably what we had. Prince Alexander, your son, and Princess Consort Atassa have given birth to a son, Nicias. Woot! Already. Arlen, not much. We are beginning our great Greek empire here on Old World, and we're having a blast so far. Princess Consort Atassa has given birth to a son. That's our newest family member. So if we go to our family tree now, we can see Duke Nicias here is now second in line for the throne. Highest place is number 1 with Law... Oh, okay, with Law Ultima Genitor. But that's not what we have. We have... What? We have Primogenitor, which means that, yeah, this is our second descendant in line. If somebody were to kill Alexander, then Nicias would inherit the throne. Didn't we also get Alexander's wife now then, which means we should be able to, whoops, assign her as a spy master back on the main map, should we not? I don't see her, but she's supposed to join us. Mother, spouse, yeah, see our spouse is right here. We don't want to divorce her, no. I wanted to assign her as a spy master. Is the game closer to Civilization or Endless Legend? It's honestly a nice mix between the two. FYI, there's also an undo button somewhere that lets you take back your last move if you wind up rethinking it. That is incredible. Thank you. That's good to know. The city the Scythians are occupying looks like a perfect spot to settle. What could possibly go wrong with smoking mountains? You're not wrong, Kat. You're not wrong. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that slight smoke there. Okay, so let's look around here. So the Shrine of Zeus is finished. We've discovered trapping. We finished a festival here in Athens, and Prince Alexander has given birth to a son. We don't yet. You have to unlock Spy Masters as a technology, I think. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so we have a worker here. We could go ahead and build more stuff for our industrial city, but I really feel like we need to start doing things over here for Sparta. I'm assuming that these workers can build things for Sparta as well. That'd be really unfortunate if they could not, and Sparta had to have their own workers. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's the case. Okay, let's go ahead and build that. Turn 10 and the music starts. Was the music not on before that? I thought the music was on before that, but I may just have not noticed. Oh, we have a new research. Okay, so we can go for administration, which will give us access to the granary and treasury one. This is what they're recommending. Or we could go for husbandry, which will give us pastures. Pastures allow for horses to be gained in higher numbers. We could unlock chancellors here. Or we can unlock ambassador, centralization, and vassalage. Interesting. So we have husbandry tagged as a tech that we're targeting, but administration is the one that they're recommending. I'm gonna go with the recommendation for right now. Starts a few turns in. I think that's a conscious decision on their part. Seems good. Can we pick different civilization? Yes, there are a couple of different ones in. Right now, the only ones that we've run into are Persia, we're the Greeks. There's also Rome, I know, is one of them. I should know more. I know Nebuchadnezzar is one. I think that's the Babylonians. Could be wrong. I'm not a huge ancient history buff, so yeah. I believe that the Babylonians are another one of them. So we could come here and hit this and then potentially get our scout out. Let's do it. Our expedition approaches an ancient monument. The structure appears to be the tomb of a great leader. An inscription reads, "Passerby, whoever you may be, I was once king of kings. Grudge me not, therefore, this piece of earth that covers my body. Leave the tomb undisturbed." King Philip the Founder becomes gracious. +2 charisma, global, +4 civics. Warriors get +12 defense there. There will be no king but me. Destroy it. +2 legitimacy. Let us study their preservation ritual. +80 science. Ooh, that's a lot of science. Yes, okay. That's what I thought. I wasn't 100%. So leave the tomb undisturbed. This seems really good. I don't know what legitimacy really does, but that also seems good. I think it's Assyria, Babylon, Macedon, Persia, Egypt, Rome, and Carthage. There you go. Those are the current ones. The inscription is referring to Ramses. Oh, okay. I mean, you know what they say about these tombs being haunted. I'm gonna go for leave the tomb undisturbed here. I do think that that's gonna actually give us some better military capabilities. And then this guy can basically run. Like, we just don't want him here. Get back to cover. Stay away from those barbarians. They're no fun. We should be able to move our military units now that they are no longer fortifying. So we can get them to right about here without too much trouble. Seems good. Now, I'm not sure if we can merge these. It doesn't look like we can. So that's interesting in and of itself. We also have 0 orders, so that might be why it's not allowing us to do that. Don't mind me. And no. Okay. So, became gracious, discovered trapping, Athens finished the festival. Sweet, we have a grandson. Cycle to idle civilian units. Oh, okay, that's what that was. And there's the undo button right there. Very nice. So if we come down to Athens, we have 0 unoccupied citizens because we do have one specializing in farmer. We can specialize in other things here, including making new acolytes, which is something we should probably look at doing, but we need another citizen before we do that. And then if we come over here to Sparta, we have 1 citizen that is totally unspecialized, but we'll probably end up specializing them in this or in the camels next. And no, refer to Ozymandias as I misremembered. Oh, okay. All great leaders nonetheless. Or, well, I guess Ramses was a leader, right? I get a lot of mythology and history mixed up when it comes to stuff like Egypt, but I'm reasonably sure that Ramses was one of the pharaohs, not one of the gods. Anubis is the god I was thinking of. Look on my mighty works and despair. Yes, yes, it is like that. Alright, so we have another worker here that is available to kind of move and do something else. We could do a Shrine of Poseidon here. We could also do a mine right here. I mean, we could go for more farms as well. What does our food look like right now? We're still +1 on food. Sparta is -2, so Sparta's actually hurting on food a little bit. And I honestly feel like maybe we need to send someone else down here to Sparta to help them out. Oh, but look at that. Our cities are actually, the borders are expanding and they're starting to interact with each other, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure how that works. Very interesting. Very interesting. So this is culture and science per year. If we turn this into a Shrine of Athena, maybe that's a good idea. I'm not, okay, so I'm all over the place. I think we'll go here and we'll build a camp so that we can bring in some more camels, because we need all the camels, guys. That's obvious. The camels are a must-have. Can we merge you? We cannot merge them. But what I'm sure we can do is move these guys right here, and move these guys right here, and then go to war. Alright, looks like we win this confrontation. What about these guys? Do they win the confrontation as well? They do. How many orders do we have left? We have 3 orders left. We can't take this action after moving. Okay, that's unfortunate. I mean, do we just go in here? I think so. Ozymandias is Ramses II, as far as I recall. There you go. Okay, so... I mean, we have the units here. I think we just go at them. Let's just get them. Let's get them. Alright, so they took some good damage there. We didn't take any damage there. I'm not sure how that works. Oh yeah, because the thing is showing us we're not taking any damage. Oh yeah. They're hurting pretty badly, and we didn't really take anything. Alright. I'm kind of happy with that. Can we use another order? Oh, we can! Oh, we can't attack again, though. There's a limit on how often you can attack. That's unfortunate, because I was like just gonna finish the Scythians off there and win. In that case, what we'll probably do, we have 1 order left. So with that 1 order, I think we'll move over here so that we can maybe claim this gold. Oh, that does put him at risk. He might get taken out by these barbarians. Fortunately, with the combat experience we get from taking out the Scythians, we may be able to come over and get rid of these barbarians as well. That'd be kind of cool. Quarry is finished. End the year. Seems good. Seems good. Oof. Your wife has given birth to a son, Antiochus. Prince Alexander and Princess Consort Atassa have given birth to a daughter, Archidamia. Like Academia, only not. So now things are getting very interesting, because we have another son. So if Alexander dies, then I believe, based on the primogenitor, oldest child inherits. Oh no, it's not oldest male child, it's just oldest child. So even then, based on the primogenitor, why is she number 4 then? Oh, okay. Okay, because it goes to his kids first, and then it goes to our other kids. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so now we're just probably going to finish off our attack on the Scythians here. A crumbling prison stands in the Scythian settlement. Scores of soldiers and citizens from Greece have been languishing here for years, most believed dead by their loved ones. Their release calls for celebration. Let them return to their families, arm them, and put them at the front. So we can gain more warriors, or we can gain more citizens in Sparta. Oh, I'm going to get more citizens in Sparta. I think that's actually way better anyway. These warriors did get a little bit hurt in that combat, so we do want to keep that in mind. And it does look like the scouts here were attacked by the barbarians. So let's do this. Let's harvest some gold and then get you to the forest. Is that a forest? No, that's a barley farm. Hey, we can make booze. And then we'll take our military unit and move it up here onto this mountain so that we have the high ground, and we'll kind of just wait and see if they want to come after them. They probably won't. It doesn't seem like a very ideal thing for them to come after a military unit. And Sparta has just finished their Olympiad and is working on warrior now, which is great. The discontent here is +1 right now. And I believe that is mainly because this family... Well, no, they're happy now. They're not angry anymore, so I wonder if the discontent is... What is this from? +1, the difficulty. Okay, so basically we're getting it probably because this is our second city, if I had to guess. And we now have 3 citizens here that we can assign to specific tasks, but in order to do that, we first need, you know, the things to build, or the things to assign them to. So in the meantime, we can build a militia, we could build a scout, another settler. I don't feel like this is where we build our settlers and things like that, and we already have a worker down here, but maybe another worker would be a good idea. And then perhaps a slinger so that we have somebody that can fight from ranged. Oh, hey, Layla, welcome in. Guys, in chat right now, this is Layla right here, who I was talking about meeting at PAX. Layla, we've been enjoying the game. I am absolutely digging the family lines. I'm digging the way that the orders work. Like, it's taken a second to acclimate to it because it's so much different than a lot of the stuff out there, but that's what makes it great, right? Is that it is sort of in a way, it's a breath of fresh air because you have to think about things differently. The way we've waged war, the way we've expanded, it's all a little bit different than everything else that's kind of out there right now. So far, I'm loving it. I really am. Okay, so we liberated citizens. We have destroyed the Scythian hovel. We have finished the Olympiad. More kids. All the kids. And returning a favor. Hey, envoys from Persia return to the capital hoping to repay our favor. They have given us a choice of rewards from their finest traders. So this is us sending them that training early on in the game, coming back to help us. Also, I hope your day is going well, Layla. It's good to see you in chat. I didn't expect you to even come, but thank you. This is awesome. So we have naval units here. Forgets gave favor +20 opinion, and we gain a Barim in Athens. We can also ask for new subjects, so that'll give us 2 citizens, and they forget the favor. Or we can go for rare polished stone, which isn't that rare for us because we actually have 2 quarries running right now. So I honestly like the idea of maybe getting the Barim. Typically, the primogeniture law makes the oldest heir and his or her children, then their heirs. Reading chat, guys. And his or her children, then their heir. The siblings in the succession would be first child, first grandchild, second grandchild, second child. Yeah, that's what we noticed when we were looking at the way that it works. No, thank you, Layla. It's great to see you, honestly. I was telling everybody earlier how awesome it was talking with you guys at PAX, and how you were telling us about the thousands of different events that you kind of put into the game that are very historically based. And so far, I'm learning about history while I play the game, which is actually really cool, because like I like history, but I'm not a huge ancient history buff. How would you gain a Barim in Athens? I don't think that city has ocean access. It does not have ocean access, but we do have river access. Layla, thank you for that follow. That is the new follower alert, guys. That is, if you play Warframe, you know what that is. That's awesome. I love it. So we are going to continue lifting together with the Macedonians. I still think that the Barim is the right option here. I'm going to take it, and I'm assuming it's going to spawn on this river access, but I could be wrong. Interesting. Oh no, it just spawned way out here. Okay. Well, we did get it though, which is awesome, because now we can kind of check out some of this stuff on the ocean. Because we haven't done much exploring of the ocean yet. Oh, and here's a city site for Greece. Nice. This is great. I'm actually going to go ahead and move this over here, see if maybe we can harvest with these. We cannot. We can anchor them, required for transport. Okay. So I'm assuming we anchor them to move units on them so that we can then transport those units across the water. Probably wasted a few orders there checking that out, but that's all right. That's all right. A lot of this is just us kind of learning and having fun, and I'm totally good with that. We're going to go over to Athens here and put another settler in queue. We do have a farmer specialization here, but I think that we want another settler before the farmer. And the main reason for... Oh, we just jumped it to the front of the queue. I'm fine with this. I mean, we don't really need the Olympiad here anyway, now that we have Athens. Let's jump the settler to the front of the queue so that we can come found Greece over here and take better use, or make better use of our Barim. So yeah, this is... Although Kat makes a very valid point that we have an active volcano right here, which is kind of worrisome, because if Mount Vesuvius over here blows, we're going to have some problems. We could scout a little bit. We've got 5 orders left. Our workers are all doing things, so we don't really need to do anything with them. We've already moved our military units, and we've got them kind of on the high ground waiting to fight these barbarians. So I think really the only thing left to do is use our scouts right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move him here. That's 1 order. We can go ahead and move him to the full length of his movement there. That's another order. And then even further in. Oh, another city site. Nice, 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 nice. So if we move him here, we leave him sort of exposed, but he has a good amount of health, so I think we're going to do that. Oh, speaking of exposed. Hello. Actually, we have 1 movement and 1 order left, so we can send him back to the forest. Yep, nice seeing you, barbarians. We're gonna roll back a little bit here. We don't really want to mess with you right now. It's cool. It's cool, man. So let's go ahead and hop over to Sparta here. We are producing a worker and then a slinger. I would like to potentially... So I don't know that we really need more Olympiads or anything like that. We have a good amount of training coming in. Like, all of our resources are pretty good right now except for wood, because we don't have access to a lumber mill. And we do need a few more farms, but we're not going to be building that here in Athens. I think what we'll want to do is just produce more warriors or slingers. And I think that a warrior is going to be more useful here because we're already low on food and slingers require food. Do you need a city site to build new cities? Yes, you do. That is the way that city building is limited in this game, is by having to find city sites, which realistically makes sense. Like, you're not going to found a city in some place that doesn't have the resources to support a city. Like, you don't found a city in the middle of the desert where there's no food or water, because everybody will just die. So I think that's an interesting way to do it. It also means that the zones of control and the sort of regions are less rigid. Like, they're not designed by maps or physical structures. They're decided basically by the growth of your cities, which is very cool. Let's see. So Athens is making a settler. We do have somebody in queue to become a farmer. We could use some more farms, though, because we're running out of food. This guy's done in 1 turn, then I think we're going to try to make another farm somewhere. Now, I'm not sure what the requirements for a farm are, but that's just because I'm still learning the game. I'm sure we'll figure that out on the next turn. Oh, somebody had some combat. Are these guys ranged units? Are they ranged shooting at our guys? I think they are. Yeah, they're using range to shoot at our guys. Okay, so that's something to consider. If we select this guy, we should be able to see if one of these areas is good for a farm. Hello, that is a hanging garden. That is a wonder we can potentially build here. It does require a little bit more stone than we currently have, but we have 2 quarries running now, so that is something to consider. And then in order for us to build a farm, we need a lush, temperate, arid wheat or barley node. So this is... So for example, this farm is lush. So it just needs to be one of those things then, right? So in theory, we could build a farm right here. We're also working on husbandry. Well, no, we're not. We're working on administration because we took the recommended thing. That is correct. So in theory, we should be able to build a farm there. Requires lush, temperate, arid, or wheat and barley. So I'm going to move this guy down here and see if we can build another farm. We can. Perfect. That is exactly what we needed. Don't need to mess with that scout too much. We are going to come and get these guys. Now, they do seem to be ranged units, so we're actually going to move here so that we have the cover of the forest. Quite a cool mechanic. I'm assuming the city site would be a real city in real-life history. I would assume so, too. Layla, if you're still in chat, she would know the answer to that if the cities are sort of generated in a more historical context, because you can generate different types of maps. But how will you try to build the Petra and then get salty when the AI snipes it from you on the last turn if you can't make a desert city? Hey, we're not going to have any of that. There's not going to be any AI wonder sniping. Okay, that's not a thing anymore. So we get a massive, massive win against these guys right here. I'm going to go for it. I don't even think we take damage here. No, we didn't. We just got full advantage out of that. Unfortunately, we only get to attack once. Go ahead and send these guys over here as well. They are kind of injured, so we don't want to necessarily frontline them, but we do want to get them closer. So we have 2 orders remaining. We could use that to kind of explore the water line here. I wonder if the Barim is considered a range or melee. It's a melee, I believe. Yeah, so it's got a good reveal range, but it doesn't have a ranged attack, so we can't actually attack these with the Barim, sadly. We do have our scout up here that we can basically sync orders into if we need something to just sync orders into. Right now, I think that we're kind of okay, so we'll do that. We'll keep moving. So we can get the maximum out of 1 by going there. Oh, our troops encounter a traveling artisan. He says that his nation, Egypt, has already established a great civilization in distant lands, but he wishes to see the world. What shall we tell him? Invite the traveler to settle in Greece. Do we already control Greece? How does that work? Because we don't have a city in Greece. Take him captive to learn Egypt's secrets. Wow. Okay. Are we much stronger than... It says strength much stronger. Are we much stronger than them, or are they much stronger than us? I'm assuming they're much stronger than us, because they are Egypt, you know? Like, that means they've been probably around a little bit longer. That being the seat of civilization, or we can gain farmer in Athens if we invite the traveler to settle in Greece. Sure, let's do this. I would love to have another farmer in Athens. We have discovered Waset. That looks to be an Egyptian city right over here. So now if we come over here, we can see that Egypt is a thing. Why is King Cyrus upset with us? We helped you out, man. We did. We helped you out. It was actually... We were trying to be nice to you, and now you're upset with us. I don't know what your deal is, man. I don't know what your deal is. Good, you were Greece. The city-state was marked as such because you cleared it from the barbarians. Oh, okay. Oh, this is going to become a hovel in 10 years. That's not good. Settlers will be done in 6 years, though, so we can kind of just rush our settlers down there. I think we'll get there in time. We've already moved these guys. I think we're basically on 1 order here, so let's go ahead and grab our scout and maybe just move... Oh, hello. Hello, hello. What are you? That is a spearman from the great nation of Egypt. So I'm assuming that, yes, they do have better military than us, so we don't really want to tango with them right now. Interesting. Very interesting. Egypt already has 4 cities. We've only got 2. We do need to be founding cities at a faster rate, I feel like. So that's something that we'll keep in mind. All right. Ending the year. A chilly distance seems to separate you from your wife, Olympias, and it only grows colder. She has asked for time in your busy schedule to be together to rekindle the passion. How shall we answer? There is no time for personal desires. That seems really bad. That's like being a bad husband. The other option, though, is that we have to spend 5 orders and 100 gold. I mean, what can I say, guys? I'm a good husband. I'm going to do it. We're going to lose 5 orders here. We're going to spend a bunch of money. But we keep Olympias happy, which is probably good because she's a schemer. And I don't really want her trying to kill me because she's mad that I didn't take her on a date night. Seems like a bad deal. Let's go ahead and see if we can work over these guys. It's going to take us 4 movement to get there, which seems really bad. We just come in here, though. We're going to do a reasonable amount of damage, I would assume. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's go. Not sure how to actually translate this. One of our warrior units showed exemplary courage on the battlefield. His deeds merit a promotion. How shall he be recognized? Promote the warrior. Okay, so what does this do? General King Philip the Founder. Melee and infantry. Oh, okay, wait. Minus 60 money to give the warrior 200 XP. Have a celebration in Sparta, which gives us triumph. If we middle click, we hold this, so we should be able to see it. Plus 2 training per year. We cannot afford such extravagance. I feel like we're probably better off going with... I mean, we have plenty of money. We might as well do this. Okay. So Sparta now has triumph, which is great. That'll probably make them a little bit happier, maybe help with some of their discontent here. Not so much. Cities gain discontent over time. When a city's discontent fills up, its overall discontent level goes up, which increases maintenance and reduces growth. Use festivals to reduce discontent. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so festivals take off 20 discontent. We're gaining 1 a turn. So basically, when we hit 15 discontent, we need to start doing a festival. That makes a lot of sense. We seem to have a rush option here, but how do we rush? We don't. We don't rush. Okay. Choose some research. So we can go for labor force here, which will give us roads, slavery, and freedom. We could also go to the tech tree and kind of look at some other things. Barracks would give us access to officers. Ramparts would give us access to the chancellors and the wall. Okay, whoa. Hold on. Ramparts gives us access to the wall. Leads to moat. Plus 10 max HP for city. Alright, I wasn't sure how that wall would work. Like, if that would have wrapped a wall around our cities, that would have made a lot more sense. To go with that, at least for me. I'm gonna go for pasture here, actually. And the main reason why is because I want to... Like, is that an option, or can I not choose that? Oh, I can't choose that. Redraw text from your deck for the next year. Click to cancel requires a scholar leader. Oh, cool. Okay, so these essentially pull cards of things that we can potentially research, and then we can redraw if we have a scholar leader. I guess in that case, roads make sense, because it will make travel between our cities much faster. 1 turn equals 1 year in game? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. That's how that works. And our leader is 52 right now. I'm not sure how long people live in ancient times, but I don't think it's much longer than that. That's actually kind of scary. Let's move him here. We could attack these guys. It looks like we do get a better outcome out of this than they do. Let's go for it. Minus 5 HP. Beautiful. Can we actually move them into reinforce here? The answer is yes, we can. No, we can't. I was like, yes, we can. No, we can't. Alrighty then. So we've got our Barim over here that we could move. We've got our scout over here that we can potentially move. We have 1 order left. What we do with that 1 order is where we're at. Did we not start the camp here? Oh, I guess we didn't. We did not start the camp here, so we could cut some scrub. I mean, that gives us a little bit of wood for our 1 order. Did he already finish the camp here? It looks like he did. Yes. Oh wait, they both finished their camps then, right? That's what I'm just misunderstanding what happened. Yeah. They both finished their camps. We do have an extra citizen here that we can assign to whatever we like. Currently, our food generation seems okay, but it is a little bit low. Now, if we assign him to this, we will gain additional... Oh, Wow, plus 0.5 orders per year. I like that. I like that a lot. Is there anything else that will give us additional orders? Because orders are huge. Let's go with that. We are going to get additional orders per year right there. And then if we come over here to Sparta, we can also do that here. Except for here, we're not going to gain orders from it because this is a different type of node. Instead, we'll gain growth and food, which is also very useful. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll take this warrior, and we have one movement, so we'll send him over here, or one order rather. So we'll send him over there, and that'll probably end our year. Yep. All right, that works. Heir education. Time passes quickly. You still remember the birth of Duchess Didamia, but she is growing up fast and eager to learn. Would you like to educate Didamia? Yes, I would. Can I see once again who she is? Fourth in line. She is specifically my daughter. Okay. So I want her to become versed in probably rhetoric. I want her to be charismatic, like she can be somebody that speaks for the people. I like that. Let's go with that. Hop over to our next unit here, and we have this worker that is basically able to do whatever we need. We could send him over here. I don't think we actually... Yeah, we don't have husbandry, so we can't build a pasture there quite yet. We could begin work on the hanging gardens now, if we have enough stone, which we don't. We're just shy of the stone. So in that case, what shall we do? Could build another shrine here. Shrine would give us culture. Quarries get plus 50% output for a shrine to Hades. I'm sold. We're building a shrine to Hades, y'all. There we go. Give us more quarry stone. And then that will essentially give us access to building the hanging gardens in a moment. Now, I am kind of concerned that as soon as we go for the hanging gardens, like Kat was saying, we might get sniped by Egypt. I think the reason you gain orders from the camp is that it is a special effect of the family in charge of that city. You might be correct, because this... Well, I mean, they are different types of camps, though, too. So let's go ahead and build a camp here on these camels, and we can see if that is the case. I mean, it says right here, plus 0.5 orders for camps. So I think it might just be an effect of the camp in general. Can we move them here and then engage? I think that's a good plan. Yeah, let's wipe these barbarians out. Oh, so close to wiping them out. They're at, like, no strength now. That's okay, we'll finish them off. I still want to get this city founded down here, but once again, we're waiting for our settler to come out of queue, which is 4 years from now. We have no ability to rush right now. We do have 7 orders left. I definitely want to continue exploring then with our orders here. Okay, so we have discovered another Egyptian city, it would appear, and they've already got roads, so that's something to keep in consideration. Oh, hello there. You're another settler, so they... Or no, that's a worker building roads. Okay, that makes more sense. We have one more movement on our... Hey, that works. We found the Nile. We've found the River Nile, y'all. So that's an interesting little find right there. We've got workers doing work everywhere, so we don't really need to do anything with them with our remaining orders. Can we do anything with these guys? We could potentially promote these guys. We cannot because we're on attack cooldown for 1 year. So we have another scout here that we could use to kind of go around and harvest things that we have not harvested, like these horses right here. Let's go ahead and do that. They will not have the orders left to harvest right now, though, so that's going to go ahead and be it for this year. We're going to end it right there. In a surprise piece of news, you receive an update from your heir, Duchess Didamia. Academy scholars respect her, and the other students compete to befriend her. At the moment, Didamia is thriving. Excellent, excellent. Encourage her to focus on scholarship. She'll gain wisdom as well. So she already has charisma. She's potentially going to gain wisdom as well, or we can make her affable, which is +2 growth per culture level. Wow, that's really nice. It's healthier to seek friends and fellowship. Encourage her to focus on her studies. Wisdom is great for leaders and governors. That's kind of what we're raising her up to be, is a leader or a governor, so I think we may actually get more value out of that, although growth is also a very important thing for a governor, right? So let's go for friends and fellowship here. I think that's actually going to be more beneficial for a governor in the long run. We have completed our farm here. Let's go ahead and... I guess head down here and build some farms next to Sparta, because I think Sparta is still struggling on food quite a bit. Yeah, they are. Sparta is struggling quite a bit on food. I'm curious, though, if this will actually provide additional... It will provide additional food. We have a new warrior coming out in 2 turns. We have been gifted an inventor. Or we have a gifted inventor. A gifted inventor in Sparta has risen to national prominence, capturing the interest of the court. How should we employ this remarkable individual? As a thinker and scientist, join the court as a great scientist, as a military engineer. Join the court as a great soldier. I'm gonna go with... I mean, he did come from Sparta, which is sort of our military area, so we could make him a great military engineer, but I think it'll be more beneficial to have him as a thinker and a scientist. Now, I'm not sure how that actually affects things, though. Arit the scientist has joined your court. Where do we see our court? This is not our court, right? No, it is not. Okay, so let's see. Control 4 cities. We're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. This is our religion. Oh, we could adopt Zoroastrianism. Okay. Manichaeism. Alright, so I'm gonna admit something openly here. I'm not sure what Manichaeism and Zoroastrianism are. I know what Judaism and Christianity are. So if somebody could enlighten me on those, I would appreciate that, because that's gonna be, I think, important for the decision we make there. Alright, I'm still not sure where our court is. Show laws screen. It's not under the laws screen, right? It wouldn't be. Huh. Characters, so we have courtiers, rhetoric student. Arit the scientist is an upset tutor. Oh, why is Arit upset? Oh, it's because of her family. The Argiot are upset with us at a rate of -48 because they have the smallest military, they're missing luxuries, and from disloyalty, which is the yearly opinion change from unhappiness level. Okay. So that's not great. I suppose that we could go ahead and do a festival here just to remove the discontent. But we really don't need to do that till it hits 15 anyway. Let them be upset. Let them be upset. They'll be fine. They'll get over it. We're trying to build more military from them. I wish there was a way for us to assign military to them, but there really doesn't seem to be, so... I wonder if we can decommission a warrior. Is that a thing? Can we, like, tell this warrior we don't want it to be a warrior anymore? Can we get rid of it? I don't know the specifics, but Zoroastrianism is a religion from the east of ancient Persia Empire. I believe the other one is a religion that developed out of Zoroastrianism. Okay. I'm just curious, because, like, I'd like to keep us as aligned to the Greek pantheon as possible. Like, I actually dig the Greek pantheon. I don't want to deviate away from that too much unless I'm forced to. So we have officially defeated them, which means that... Whoa. What happened? Oh, okay, we just took them down. I was like, that's very strange. What happened? I thought that our leader disappeared here, but he did not. So I wonder if we release our general and give it to the Athens military, or the Sparta military, if that will make the Argiot a little bit happier. They're cautious. They're basically upset that we lack dies. Okay, but they're benefiting from our legitimacy. Interesting. So legitimacy counters these other things. All right. All right. Let's go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and release the general from this. Try to add one to there, but I cannot at this moment, which is fine. We can heal these guys. I believe we cannot because we're not in friendly territory, so we need to bring them home. Let's spend 4 orders bringing them back. We can't move these guys, but we will next turn. We can harvest horses here. There are some more horses there. We have 6 orders left, but we also have a vacant worker that's not doing anything right now. So we want to get him going. We could build another farm here. We can move over here and build a farm in Athens. I think that's actually, or I mean in Sparta, that's actually a good idea, so let's do that. And then with this other scout, yeah, we want to move him here. Okay, that'll probably do it for this round. Seems good. We have destroyed the barbarians, which is awesome. We can go ahead and build another city here if we'd like. It's actually not a bad idea. Like, it's on our sort of river line right here, but I do kind of want to rush over here and get this ocean city. Although, being fair, this city is right next to a volcano, so maybe not. Maybe it is actually just better to come and get this one. I think what we might do is start moving this Barim over this way to see if we can get, you know, ocean access right here, because if we can, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, ending our year. We're not going to harvest horses just yet. Instead, what we're going to do is make sure we don't have a settler yet. That's coming soon, but not quite here yet. I'm going to take our Barim and move its maximum distance over here. Alright, so we do not know yet if we have ocean access from there. I'm assuming not, but we might get close enough that it would be within our, like, regional limits, which makes a little bit more sense for us to do then. We'll move them in here and then heal. And then, of course, we will take this unit. We will add our general. Oh, wow. So we can add any of these people as a general, which is very cool. Themistocles the tactician. Where did these come from? Arit the scientist. We know where she came from. Is this our court, then? So we have the queen. We have Prince Alexander. It actually seems like Prince Alexander might be better for this. Let me check something. I go into Sparta here. We cannot assign anybody as a governor. Okay, so let's do this. Let's add Prince Alexander to this one, I think. Well, Philip the Founder gives them additional movement as a leader, too, which is really, really good. But Alexander's pretty great, too. Alright, let's put Alexander on this one. I like that. I don't know what that red symbol means, other than maybe they have a general. Maybe that's what that's meant to mean. And then over here, I guess we'll actually put Philip back on this warrior group afterwards. Seems alright. I wasn't aware we could assign Alexander like that. We have a lot of people we can assign to lead military and stuff. Not so many people that we can assign to be governors, and I'm not really sure where we would assign our scientists. That's actually something that I'm kind of confused about. Interesting. Yeah, so one of the things I'm noticing about the festival is that once you build Festival 1, you then have to do Festival 2. So timing that out correctly so that you get the maximum reduction of your discontent does seem like a very, very powerful thing. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. This is relative. If one area finishes a festival, then the next area also has to build a festival too, which is kind of problematic, if I'm being honest. Warrior will be done in 1 turn. Hopefully that will reduce some of their upset here. Settler will be done in 2. Interesting. Guess we're going to harvest horses here with some of the orders we have remaining. We're going to take our scout here and see what we can find down this way. We definitely don't want to encroach on the Egyptians in any regard. They are very, very much stronger than we are militarily. We're just kind of trying to explore. They have a lot more cities than we do, and that's something we really need to change. We have the least amount of cities of everybody in the game. So what I'm going to do is Sparta, I think, is also going to have a settler, and I want to move that settler in the queue, but I don't want it to be the first thing in the queue. I just want to move it up in the queue. I'm not sure how to do that. Like, I know if I click this arrow, I'm reasonably sure it'll move it to the front of the queue. I guess we'll just end our turn and do it at the front of the queue after we get our warrior. In a stroke of good luck, Arit has come into... Arit is our female scientist, the one we just got, has come into possession of a lion, a rare exotic creature from the south. She wishes to use the beast in one of Telesilla's science lessons. but the girl is reluctant. Telesilla the Warlike is a builder from the Sipsilid family. All it took was one look at the cat's enormous teeth. Shall we insist on this first-hand experience? Allow her to learn about lions from scholarly reports, which gives +1 wisdom and becomes cowardly. Or we can go commander to examine the lion, which becomes foolish and gains courage. Telesilla the Warlike, huh? So she has discipline 3. Warlike, which gives her +2 training as a governor. She's cautious of me. So having a governor that gives -20% science seems like a really bad idea. Also, that lion is going to eat her. So we're going to go with that. Sparta has trained a warrior now. You guys a little less upset? Oh wow, that changed their upset a whole lot right there. Now they have a warrior, they're a little less angry. Cannot take this action after moving. Okay, so next turn we can add our other general back in. We'll go ahead and heal these guys. And while we're at it, we'll take this unit and move it back home so that they can heal as well. Lovely. So all of our armies are healing up. I don't really see any need for us to rush over here and found. I still think our best bet is to kind of found right over here. Yeah, we don't quite have ocean access there, but we'll be close enough, I think. Hey, an ancient ruin. Nice. So we can take this guy and send them into the trees. And that is all of our orders for the turn. I probably should have checked our workers ahead of time, but thankfully it looks like they're all currently engaged. Settler is done in 1 year. It would take 7 more years to build a settler there. It's going to take 7 more years to build a settler here. Let's go ahead and move our settler to the front of the queue just like that. All right. Settlers away. Take a look at our food here. Sparta is still down by 3. That will change once we get a farm there, though. And the biggest net loss we have right now is wood, but wood is also very easy to gather. So I'm not super worried about the runaway princess. Oh boy. Late one evening, there is a knock at your door. I can't pronounce this. Heir to the Egyptian throne stands outside. The young princess has fled. The young princess has fled his palace with hopes of escaping his responsibilities. She wishes to hide from her mother. I think that's a typo. Yeah, that's probably a typo, because it switches genders over and over again. She wishes to hide from her mother's agents in Greece and start a new life here. It is only a matter of time before Egyptian soldiers arrive at our gates. So we can return the princess, which will... she'll become bitter at us. But Queen Hephaestus will be obliged to me, and... Queen Hatshepsut of Egypt is disappointed with me right now. We can conceal Neferuri, and she'll become a fugitive. Cannot marry, cannot have children, excluded from the succession, cannot be a tutor, governor, general, or the council, or on the council. What can we even do then at that point? And she'll be endeared to me, but Queen Hatshepsut is not mad at you, just disappointed. I mean, she'll be suspicious of me if we allow Neferuri to stay. Return Neferuri and claim she attempted to sell Egyptian secrets. I don't have cruel, or I'd be able to do that. So basically, here's the way I see this. If she becomes a fugitive, that doesn't mean that she can't become not a fugitive later, right? So if we take her in and we protect her, and she later goes back to Egypt and inherits the throne, I wonder if we can see what their inheriting thing is. I don't think so. I don't think that's something that we can see. Oh, perhaps we can. What is their government type? Is that listed here? It is not. Okay. So the heir is Princess Neferuri, though. So she could later become the heir, and us concealing her could provide us with a great advantage because the next leader of Egypt would be, you know, indebted to us. The other option here is that we just return her and keep the current leader happy, and I think that's probably better because they're way stronger than us right now, and I don't need an angry mom burning my house down. That's all I got to say. No angry moms burning the house down. Your cities have trained another settler, so you may have to defeat some barbarians to access more city sites. Barbarians do not behave like tribes, as you are always at war with them. They're a good target for early expansion, as they are the easiest to drive away than a more organized tribe. I'll clear out these barbarians and found my new city. I've already done this game. I know what I'm doing. So we are heading down here to build a new city. We're only going to make it so far in one turn, though. And so far means we will make it down to Sparta, which is fine. All of our workers seem to be working. Oh, wait, no, a camp has finished here, which means that if we come into Sparta, where we have some extra civilians and things, we should be able to assign a new trainee to that camp. Unfortunately, it does take time to get those done, so that's not necessarily going to end up being a priority for us until we at least finish our next settler. If we come up here to Athens, though, it'll probably be more of a priority for them. We do have a little bit of discontent brewing here in Athens. Whoa, we actually have a lot of discontent. We're about to roll over to the next level, which is not good at all. We can use festivals to reduce that, so I think what we'll do is we'll get a festival running here as quickly as we can. I had not paid attention to this and did not realize that it was kind of brewing. It's really weird because I don't know if that discontent is just the result of having more cities. Like, we may see when we expand our next city that that's exactly what it is. We apparently have not harvested this recently, so we'll harvest some of that gold. Then we will continue to move our scout down this way just so we get a little more vision of the land. We have 3 turns remaining here. We do have quite a strong military at the moment without much before them to do. So sitting here, they will gain experience from their leaders, at least the ones that have leaders will. Which reminds me, we should assign another leader to one of these. Unit must be level 2. So these guys need to hit level 2 before we can even assign a general, so in that case, we're going to go ahead and assign King Philip the Founder to this unit. And then this one will need a little bit of experience before it can really do anything, so we'll just kind of send them out there to get them out on the map looking around. I'm going to go ahead and end the year here. Prince Alexander, your son, and Princess Consort Atassa have given birth to a daughter, Feratima. Lovely. So we have quite a family line building here. Look at Antiochus. Antiochus? He seems for real. Like, Alexander seems like a dude that can kick some butt, but he also seems pretty for real. I'm very intrigued by this whole family tree thing. Like, if we zoom out this far, you can see how much room there really is for this. And it's very curious. It's very curious how that's all going to unfold. Especially since we know that, like, one of our shared relatives is from Persia, essentially. And I honestly have a concern. You are known as the Explorer. Cognomen the Explorer. Ruins explored 3 times 100 equals 300. Progress is 300 out of 300. Legitimacy is plus 30. Wow, that's great. Old soldier. A weathered old soldier crouches in the ruins. She says that she had once commanded the city guard before a great sickness destroyed the population. So we can learn about barracks, or we can invite her to lead our troops, which would give us a great soldier here. Now, I believe a great soldier in this case can just be assigned to lead an army. Good is just pioneering a new approach to Twitch, aiming to become the first discontent creator. Well played, Cat. Well played. Let's go ahead and learn about the barracks from her. I think that's probably going to be more useful overall. And then we can sort of move up this way. I am an explorer, sir. I will have you know. Breeding discontent. Excuse me. I am an explorer of great things. We have 8 orders here, so we're going to use 3 to move over there. Not going to use 1 for that last bit of movement there, even though we could have potentially found something interesting. I think I'd rather come down this way. Sure, this works. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll use an order to get these people safe. We can't harvest here for some reason. Oh, it's because we're too far away from a friendly city. I guess that makes sense. Let's go right here and hide in the woods. We don't really need them out exposed doing anything at the moment anyway. And then who else is free? Let's go next unit. Our settler we have not moved, which is not good. I should have done that first. In fact, undo last move. Oh, we can go back quite a few here. That's pretty good. Okay, so we'll undo those ones, and then we will take this settler and move it as close as we can to our new city site, which is probably going to be right about there. March unit can move while fatigued. Each move will cost 1. So we could also march this unit. I think we're going to. We're going to test out that march unit function. So if we go here, we farm on fresh, or we start on fresh water. I mean, we start on fresh water no matter where we go. This will be Hovel Ruins improvement. I actually kind of like that. Let's do that. You've run out of orders. Your settlers can't act. Oh, what? Okay, it's going to take one more order. We're going to buy that, I guess, for our 100 training. Now they can move here. Oh, come on. And we can't found a city unless we buy another one. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we already have the Argead. We have the Sipsalid. Do we want to do the Seleucid? They are going to want civics and... Civics and culture. These folks are going to want to make the most money. Making the most money seems like something that would be paramount near the seas. On-seat founded here will gain 400 civics. On-seat founded here, we will gain 1 culture level. Can hurry city productions with money. Gain treasury 1. Plus 10 orders per culture event. Wow. I take it back. We're going to go with this one. Corinth has been founded, y'all, and it's not Corinth Prime. Okay, let's go in here and take a look at what we should be building first. So we're obviously taking minuses on... Wow, Corinth already has plenty of food, it seems. So that's nice. We can build Treasury 1 here, which is going to give us a little bit more money every turn. Money not being that important to us, though, isn't such a huge thing. Building a worker here seems like a good idea. Let's just start with that. Now we get to choose our research. Husbandry is an option, so is sovereignty, which will give us the garrison improvement. Enable city governor, plus 20% defense, enable city governor. Also gives us constitution or tyranny. Constitution will give us civics per year. Tyranny will give us discontent, but plus 10 money per military unit within territory. That seems unnecessary, to be honest. Epics and exploration. I think I'm gonna go for husbandry here, just because we want to get pastures going and things. So that's kind of a priority. This guy seems to be unoccupied at the moment. We could build a barracks here, which, you know, is all right. Plus 20 XP per year for idle military units. We don't really want that here. This isn't our military area. What we would like to do is start the Hanging Gardens here. Yes. We do not have the stone yet, though. We're still just shy of the stone required for the Hanging Gardens. So in that case, what I'm probably going to do is just leave this unit be for a turn so that we can build the Hanging Gardens with it next turn. And instead, I'm going to come down here, and here I would like to build a barracks. So we'll go right here, and we're going to build a barracks. Nope, don't need to do anything with that guy. This guy is available as well. Now, the question is, how is food looking in Sparta? Food is fine in Sparta. It's not great in Corinth at the moment. Let's see what else we could be better on in different cities. So Athens is the only one bringing in stone, which is fine. We're not super worried about that. Sparta's fine there. Sparta's fine there. Everything seems to be fine except for iron, and I'm not sure how we gain more iron. Is that from mines? That is from mines. Is there a mine here we can build? There is. Okay, so let's build a mine here so that we get the iron income of Sparta up to snuff. We have 3 movement left. And I think what we'll do with that movement... We can't move that unit. We can move that unit. Kind of just trying to explore with these warriors a little bit too, but that's really inefficient. Like, when I think about it, that is very, very inefficient. Probably not something we should honestly be doing. We do have 2 orders left over here, so I think what we'll do is we'll go here. Oh, Egypt has a new city they're founding. Good for them. Good for them. We want to maybe start exploring inland a little bit more. We do have a city site here as well as a potential city site here. Upgrades to Scythian Hovel in 3 years. So we'll have to retake that in 3 years, which is actually not bad, because what we might be able to do there is just go ahead and take this unit and, like, send it over. If we promote it, does that actually level it up? I'm curious. We'll have to try that next turn. Founded Corinth. All the things are happening. Seems good. More than allies. Officers from the Persian court have come to express their ruler's admiration and respect. Cyrus, king of Persia, shares your belief in a strong military, and he sees wars with barbarian tribes as the single greatest threats to civilizations. Would we be willing to place some of our soldiers under his command to assist Persia in its ongoing struggle? We share philosophies, but I cannot share my men. Cyrus believes I am a fool. Yeah, so that'll estrange him. 20 plus 20 opinion for 20 years. King Philip the Explorer, King Cyrus of Persia is obliged to me. Gain macemen ×2 in Susa. I mean, I'm not opposed to helping them. Sure. Sure. Let's help them out. We've been pretty cool with them this entire time. We'll keep being cool with them. There. Okay, I was like, why isn't it working? Now the question is, did that take my military away? No. Alright, that had no effect other than to give them military units. That's very intriguing to me. Slavery or freedom, folks? Let's see. Greece is in need of a decision regarding its labor force. Some in court support the system of slavery, while others wish to keep freedom a virtue. What shall we decree? We will not decide right now. Our subjects will be free. The court will choose the laws. Opens the law screen. I think our subjects will be free is the right option here. I'm just not a fan of slavery in general. Just saying, it is 5 orders a year, which is really strong, but we're not necessarily needing those extra 5 orders as much as the science would help anyway. So I'm gonna go with our subjects will be free. We have freedom now. Tutorial Legitimacy. Your cognomen has changed to the Explorer. Your cognomen describes your recent accomplishments, and improving it increases your legitimacy in the eyes of the people. Higher legitimacy grants you additional orders and improves your standing with your nation's families. Keeping your legitimacy high is important for controlling a larger empire. I'll show them who's legitimate. Yes, I will. We are very legit. Okay, so we are all out of orders. We have scavengers to do here. Wishing to do their part in the fate of Corinth, eager citizens have offered to journey out into the wilderness and scavenge for food. How shall we respond? Venture forth in support, plus 80 food. You are not needed now, plus 7 orders. Wow, that's really, really good. But our food is really strapped right now. Like, we're not in a good place on food. Gaining 80 food here would not be terrible. But you are not needed right now. Giving us 7 orders would be very nice. Although I don't even think we could effectively use those 7 orders. Be interesting if the last option picked a law based on the houses in your empire and their relative influence, instead of just opening the law screen, but give you a big opinion boost with them for letting them decide. That's what I thought it was going to do, Kat. I agree with that, actually. I 100% agree with that, and that might be some feedback that I'll send over to Layla later, because that does seem like a very, very cool idea. Actually, I should make a note of that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to write that down. Freedom for slavery. Option 4. Law screen. And then let families decide. That's very, very cool. Okay, so here we are probably going to go for the food. We don't need the 7 orders right now. It's not going to do too much for us. It would allow us to explore a little bit more, but that's really all. End of the year. Persia has begun construction of the Hanging Gardens. Oh, have they? Well, I am reasonably certain that our construction of the Hanging Gardens will be faster. So it's okay. I can't say for sure that that's true, though. I honestly think we might have just missed out on the Hanging Gardens, but we're not going to give up that easily, folks. We got this. We'll get the Hanging Gardens. We will. It'll be ours. Alright, so 1 will get us there. That's probably fine. Sparta has 6 years for settler. We have a festival in 4 years there. Worker in 4 years in Corinth. And we have a scout right here. So we'll go our max range right there. Alright, we have hit the limitations of going into places without having peace, in particular with King Cyrus. And we don't have the option to have peace with him. Requires an ambassador, which we do not have. We do have relatives of theirs, though, which is nice. Haha. So we have some friends in high places. Why are... Okay, hold up. Why are the Egyptians upset with me? Why is she disappointed with me when I returned her... Okay. Okay. I don't know why they're disappointed with me. I feel ashamed of myself for whatever I've done to the Egyptians. Let's move over here. And then what else can we kind of do here? I guess we'll actually send our other military units down there as well, because there's no reason to keep them all bunched up here where they're not doing anything. Wow, these warriors right here, they have movement upon movement. Oh, that's because they have King Philip there, and he is a boss when it comes to movement. Hey, what's up, Viper Dave? How you doing today? Okay. Seems good. We have one order left. We might just let that convert to money because we don't really need it. We could, although, use it for this, which is kind of a cool idea. Oh, is that the bottom of the map right there? Did we hit rock bottom on the map? Okay. So maybe we should have picked a map that had a little more water. Although it does, like, okay, so it looks like maybe there's more water down there, right? Am I the only one that is unsure about this? It feels like maybe this is the bottom of the map. Yeah, that's the bottom of the map. It's very interesting, and it means that there's potentially not... Like, there's probably a cap at the top of the map here. I can't say for sure, though. It might also just be that this is deep ocean. Maybe you can scoot around to the west. Yeah, potentially. It might also just be that this is deep ocean and, like, these boats can't go into deep ocean. That wouldn't surprise me either. Okay. Well, it is what it is. We have a Bareem that's just sitting out there, like, hanging out. It's like, what's up, guys? Rhetoric studies. Now that Daidama the Affable has completed her study of rhetorics, how shall she contribute to the court? What role best suits Daidama? Daidama the Affable, no longer rhetoric student. Diplomat, a trustworthy and charismatic broker. Hero, a courageous and inspiring folk icon. She would be much, much better as a diplomat. Yeah, she would be much, much better as a diplomat. We have raised her to be able to sort of lead people, so let's go with that. No, that's the border of the map. You can tell because of the thunderstorms in the clouds. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. God, I do love the fog of war in this being cloud cover like that. Is a really cool effect. Simple, but cool. I dig it. Okay. So we're still working on founding 4 cities. Mercenary Macemen. A mercenary band of Macemen has arrived in the capital offering their allegiance for a price. How shall we respond? We have 400 money, so we could just gain a Maceman in Athens, and that would be fine. However, if we do that, it does mean that the Argead are going to be angry, because now we have additional units that belong to the Sipsilid. That's problematic. So I guess we just turn them down, because I don't want beef with the Argead. It has taken far too long to squash the beef that we already had with the Argead. Okay, let's end our year. Even as a child, your daughter, Daidama the Affable, possessed a faraway gaze, a desire to explore the world, so it is no surprise when she asked your permission to join a scouting mission. You hope Daidama the Affable will always remember your parting words. The world is beautiful and full of wonders, becomes exotic, +1 charisma, becomes exploring. Cannot marry, cannot have children, cannot be a tutor, governor, general, or council. Wow. Scout our enemies and report back to me, becomes vigilant. City gains 50% defense, becomes exploring. Okay, so exploring seems like a temporary thing. Seek the edge of the earth and beyond. That gives them brave, you must stay here with us. They become loyal, which gives +1 discipline. So I think that it's totally fine to do exotic here. get the extra charisma and allow her to go exploring. But I really think that Vigilant is going to provide maybe a greater benefit to our cities. And we are kind of raising her up to be a governor. So we're going to have her scout our enemies and report back to me. There we go. Retiring general. Oh no. King Philip the Explorer, you, general of the warrior, is too old and is retired from the field. Choose a new general. Okay. So Alcibiades has additional vision, which is nice. Princess Consort Atassa leads the warriors. She has attack across rivers, she has courage, she has wisdom. She seems pretty great. And it's interesting to think about the fact that Alexander and his wife could both be military leaders. However, I do feel like Alcibiades is a better choice here, mainly because he is from the household that this military unit is from. Gains XP from combat, plus 20 opinion. Oh yeah, see, we'll get plus 20 opinion with them. In this case, we would gain plus 20 opinion, but with who? With the Persians, perhaps? I can't pin that. I wish I could pin that so I could see. Just plus 20 opinion, it says. Okay, so... I mean, this guy is actually a better leader anyways. Except for the fact that he has that minus courage, so they'll swing faster but for less damage. On second thought, I think she's actually better. We're gonna assign her. I think it's plus 20 opinion with the person. Oh, okay. That's probably it. You are probably correct. Queen Consort is very, very pleased with us. Where do I... So that's interesting, because I can't actually see each individual person. When I go to characters, I see my spouse, my heirs, the courtiers. But I don't know where I see my court. I mean, I guess they would be under the courtiers, right? But they're not. I mean, she is. But I'm not able to see her. Opinion of you is cautious, plus 20. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so at least we do have her out there. She's leading an army, which is awesome, because she's an awesome engineer. And we have 14 orders here. So I'm going to move Alexander right there, and then also move this army in as well. I wonder how angry it will make Argead if we were to put a Sipsalid general at the lead of an Argead army. Think that'll make them mad, Cat? Will we enrage them a little bit? That would be intriguing, wouldn't it? Okay, so we have 6 movement left. And what units are available? Oh, heir education. Time passes quickly. You still remember the birth of Duke Nicias, but he is growing up fast and eager to learn. Would you like to educate Duke Nicias? So Nicias is the son of, and if we go, we can actually see this. Nicias is the son and second in line to inherit the throne of Prince Alexander. So we would like to educate him, but we need him to be militarily sound. So I think we go with tactics here. Yeah, we want him to be trained in tactics. I don't know if the game takes that into account. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm going to make a note about that too. One family leads another's army. I don't know if it takes it into account either. I think we'll test that out in a moment. Like when we get a level on them so that we can actually give them a leader, we're going to try it. Because I think that would be a really, really cool thing to put in. This interaction between the families is, I think, the thing that has stood out the most to me as a really cool game mechanic. As well as the orders. The orders plus that are very, very innovative, very enjoyable. Can we build Babylonian hanging gardens now? Or can we not build those because somebody else already started them? I think we can't build them because somebody else already started them. That is very sad. We can build the necropolis, which seems to be a wonder. We can build the oracle, potentially, that seems to be a wonder. Or do those just replace the Shrine of Hades? I'm not sure how the wonders work and how we can tell. Acquires adjacent city, replaces the Shrine of Hades. Is there a thing so we can kind of tell what is a wonder and what is not? Like, where do we see what wonders are available to us? I mean, we could go here. Help categories, technologies, terrain, theologies, traits, units, vegetation, resources, laws, improvements. Let's see if Hanging Garden is listed under this. The Temple of Solomon. That seems like a wonder, right? No. Can't tell for sure. Oh, here we go. The Hanging Gardens. So I guess it's anything with the in front of it seems to be a wonder. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Urban building ignores adjacency requirements. All cities get plus 20% growth. God, that would have been nice. Requires a river. Requires culture weak. Our culture may have advanced past that point as well. In which case, we should probably be looking at other wonders we could potentially build, like the Necropolis here, which is seemingly nice. +1 tech card hand size. Wow, the Oracle is very good. I like this a lot. We do require more food to get there, and we're gaining food at a rather slow rate. We can buy food, though, if we'd like. How much do we get? Shift to buy 10, control to buy 100. And how much food would we need for the Oracle? We need 200. So I'm going to go ahead and buy our way up to 200. There we go. And now we should have everything we need to build the Oracle. The question is, where do we build it? And what are the requirements? Replaces the Shrine of Hades. Hold control. Oh, okay. So we can build it wherever we want. Ignores adjacency requirements. Very cool. You okay, doggo? Hi, you alright? Do you know what happened to her? Did she just make that noise coming out, or?
Either Orion messed with her, or it's your mouth, Ellie.
Okay, come here. Hi, you wanna come say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. Oh, they're a doggo, folks.
Nobody wants to see that ugly dog. Why don't you keep showing them the cute pets?
No, she's not an ugly doggo. Look right there. Look right there. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Hi to Hannah's. I'm not sure why I'm up here.
Show them the cute dog. Nova, say hi.
B, I can't lift the cute dog onto my lap. The cute dog is huge.
Nova.
And also, Hannah is cute. Be nice, my Hannah.
Say hi, Nova. Give.
Hi there.
Give him and say hi.
No, say I cute, Mum.
Give.
Say I cute, Mum.
Give.
Don't get her, Borkin. Hi, Boo. Hi, good morning. Sorry, guys, the doggos are awake now. Okay, so we're gonna move somewhere and build the Oracle, because the Oracle seems really strong right here, with the additional tech card being a big bonus, as well as Holy Cities being visible. I'm not sure exactly what that means quite yet. So I'm gonna move right here and begin building the Oracle. Oh, you have to build it on top of a shrine. Okay, so I guess, actually, let's undo. Yeah, let's undo, and then we'll just build it right here, I guess, because we have to build it on top of a shrine. Greece has begun construction of the Oracle. Then lift the camera down to the cute dog. No. I'm not gonna... My camera setup, my desk setup is complex enough. I'm not gonna lift the camera just to show a doggo so that I can have to fix it afterwards, because that's just an accident waiting to happen. Like, just trying to start the stream today, I sent coffee all over an old computer, and also managed to discover that there was something going on with my microphone, which was problematic. Oh, I just wasted a bunch of orders there too. Let's undo that. That was a mistake. Mistakes were made. Let's use tab to bounce around to different units and see where we might want to actually move. So these guys are all done. We have 5 orders left, so I guess it wasn't that big of a mistake. We can just kind of go for it. Yeah, I guess this is really all we have anyway. So yeah, we'll move up here, over here, and then here. We can at least gather resources here next turn, but I'm mainly just trying to find our way inland. Egypt is still ahead of us by 1 city. Persia is actually ahead of us by 2 now, which is crazy. Like, how are they building these cities so quickly? And am I missing something on being able to increase the turn speed that stuff takes to build? 60 civics, 60 civics. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the turn speed isn't relative to the actual, like, costs or anything. The build speed is something separate, and if I'm not mistaken, if I look at Sipsolid here, -1 years to build urban improvements. So that's what the big gotcha with this is. Urban improvements cost us -1 to build. Now, I'm not sure what urban improvements qualify as. I'm assuming it's these civics improvements right here. I bet you we could check. No, I don't want Argyod, I want Sipsolid here. To build... It doesn't show what urban improvements are. So let's go to the help screen here. And let's go for improvements and see if we can see something that lists itself as an urban improvement. Barracks requires urban. Is that what it means? Anything that requires urban tiles can only have urban improvements. Oh, okay. So is it basically anything that's built on an urban tile is an urban improvement? Is that what that means? I think that's what that means, and I think I've been misunderstanding what these civics even are. Like, I don't think we're actually building urban improvements at all with that. I think all the urban improvements are things that our workers build. And another question would be, if this is the case, then does that affect all their workers? So should they be the ones that we're producing workers with only? Because if that's the case, that would be really disadvantageous for us to... I don't know what that is. Oh. Interesting. We can see the zones of control for our various different families here, too. Very interesting. So from a min-maxing perspective, what we really want to be doing here is... What does this allow us to... Oh, it just zooms to the city. I was going to say, okay... Does that allow us to pass cities around? Because that would be kind of cool. No, so what I think this means is that we do want Athens to be producing all of our workers, and we would rather have Corinth here be producing... Hurry city production with money. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much what they produce. But it does seem like we would be better off producing workers specifically from Athens, which makes choosing that family first even better, I think. Anyways... Just trying to find my way through the game, guys. Don't mind me taking a second to kind of understand. This is fine. We're going to move up here and start heading that direction. Let's end the year. Egypt has begun construction of the Apadana. Alright, good for them. We need to be looking at what other wonders we might want to construct here. And it seems like everything kind of has to be built on top of a cultural thing, which basically means that we didn't want to go into culture really until we had this city built, I think, because they gain benefits from culture, right? +1 culture level. Yeah, I think this is the city we really want to start building culture stuff in, and this is the city that we really want to build, like, mines and things with, because we do get a bonus to mines and lumber mill output. So I don't know if building a mine with this particular city actually makes sense. Like, I did it because it does minus their deficit, but their deficit might not matter if Athens more than makes up for it, you know what I mean? So that's probably what we should be considering. The Scythians have spawned a new unit here. This is good. We can go ahead and get in there and whoop on them. 7 HP gone. Move this unit right here. Another 9 HP gone, and then bring this guy in to finish them. Beautiful. As they loot the Scythians' camp, our soldiers free a group of terrified prisoners. These ragged men claim to be skilled laborers from a rival tribe, but our units suspect that they are enemies posing as captives. What shall we do? We must be prudent. Execute the prisoners. Makes the Scythians hate us even more. Gives King Philip the Explorer vigilant. And then if they are laborers, they will labor for us. We give 1 citizen to Athens and 20 discontent to Athens. That's actually kind of problematic. Youch. An additional citizen, but some discontent. Or we make them angry and King Philip becomes better. I'm going to make them angry. We're going to execute them. It's really the only the only good decision we could make. Like, it wasn't a fun decision, but it was the only one we could make that was reasonable, in my opinion. So yeah, we can send somebody to be a farm specialist here. Exploration ends. Daidama the Affable has returned to the capital for a short visit. She seems weary from her travels, but is willing to continue the journey if the court so chooses. What shall we command? She will teach our greatest scientist what she has learned. That'll give us additional science, and she will no longer be exploring. Celebrate her trek as a national accomplishment. That will give +2 legitimacy, and she will no longer be exploring. Or we should tell her to keep exploring. I don't know that the 95 science is actually going to be that useful. I mean, I guess that would almost give us another law, essentially, or another research, essentially. But, like, it's weird, because I don't know how it'll apply with the rollover here. Because we're getting this next turn anyway, so I guess we would get this turn, then, if we did this. Or we could take the 2 legitimacy, which honestly might be better because we're right now just barely good with 2 of the families. I'm not sure why. From their disloyalty. Oh yeah, it's the disloyalty penalty stacking up. We're gonna go for legitimacy here. Saves the rollover. I saw that on another stream. Good to know. Good to know. But I still want the legitimacy here because we're in a very, very bad place with them. Disloyalty is a problem in both Sparta and in Agriod. Or, I mean, in Sparta and in Athens? Yeah. The family names and the city names, I'm always getting stuff like that confused, folks. Don't mind me. So we already have Athens, I think, working on a festival. That'll be done in 2 years and will help with our discontent. Is our discontent shared between each city, or is it separate? It looks like it's not shared, but it does seem fairly similar. Yeah. Okay, wilderness survival. Messages from your heir, Nicias, paint a vivid picture of his tactics training. Stern officers, challenging drills, strategic thinking. Over the past few weeks, Nicias has been surviving in the forest, learning to use the wilds to his advantage. Awesome. Survival skills will serve him well on the front lines. That will turn him into a commander, which will give +10 XP per year for idle units, +1 fatigue limit. All cities can hurry production with population. Can serve as a general or a chancellor. +2 courage, +2 discipline. It's good for him to learn how to exploit weakness. Gains schemer. Leader mission, adopt child. Leader use legitimacy to buy orders. +2 orders per war. Scouts always hidden. Can serve as general or spy master. Oof. These are interesting choices. I feel like Philip's going to pass away soon, and we don't have another commander, because I don't think that Alexander is considered a commander. He's not. He's a hero. So I think I'll actually go for survival skills will serve him well. That'll give us another commander in the family line. Oh, yep, and there's his little commander trait icon. And Arit the Scientist has a little spider trait, which I guess is the Orator? Yes. Interesting. Orator can raise improvements. What does raise improvements mean here? Hold on. Upgrade an improvement to the next level, for example, amphitheater to hippodrome. Wow, that's really good. Okay. Some cool things there to mess with. Boastful heir. The royal family of Egypt visits the court. During a feast, Princess Neferuri makes a shocking boast about how much better a ruler she will be one day. Queen Hatshepsut, the pioneer, chides her for her brashness and turns to us for support. What do we say? Shall we support Princess Neferuri or not? We say she reveals her great ignorance. Her opinion of us goes nowhere, I guess. We say you are... Oh, wait, no, here we go. We would get -40 opinion with Neferuri, but +80 opinion with Queen Hat... But the Queen is already 52. The Queen is 52. I mean, Philip is how old right now, though? Like, how old do people live to be? Philip is 61. He's gonna pass soon, guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm just waiting for it. Oof. -80 opinion for 20 years. I guess we can do that. It doesn't seem like a great idea, but I guess we can do that. I am gonna agree with Princess Neferiri, and Egypt is gonna declare war on us, and they are going to kill me. Welcome back, Morbits. Welcome back. Okay. Next unit. Not sure what we're gonna do with that guy for right now. It's not really important to keep him moving. We did get another city site here. I think with these units, what we'll do is we'll probably just move them forward. Well, we can't do that until next turn because we already used all of our orders on them. Athens is finishing a festival in 2 years. Yeah. I should probably not be doing festivals in Athens. I should probably be building those somewhere else, and Athens should basically be popping out workers. That seems like the right way to go about that. So we've got a couple scouts left that we can kind of move around here, and I don't think that's a bad... Oh, I forgot to... Hold on. Undo. Too far from a friendly city. Alright, I guess that's not a big deal then. Let's continue exploring inland. Your prince has been busy in the bedroom? Yeah, quite a few children. I am not complaining, though. I am very fond of our... Your doggo's barking. I'm gonna go over here into the forest. And we'll wait. We did find another Scythian camp that we could kill to take another city. But before we can do that, we just need more settlers. Like, flat out, we need more settlers. And I think what we may do here, since things don't seem to affect the speed that something sort of comes through. So this costs 75, and to build it is 100 growth. Interesting. So we don't have 75 food to build another settler anywhere. But I mean, even if we did, it would take 8 years here. It takes 9 there. It takes another 8 years here. And I'm not sure why. I would like to know why it's more expensive to build a settler, or it takes more time to build a settler down here in Corinth than it does anywhere else. Because I can't see a good reason. Like, I really don't. We could just buy a settler, which is actually something I think I'll do. But I'm not sure why this takes 1 more year, and that's intriguing to me because I'm trying to figure out where the turn durations come from. Is it me, or does the baby Duchess look too real? Yeah, that's pretty real. I think it's adorable, but it's pretty real. I think settler production depends on local food production. How's that looking? Yeah, so local food production in Corinth is worse because it's at -2. That's probably why. But I didn't see a noticeable... Like, okay, so that's a great example, right? Athens has 13.5 extra food coming in per turn, and it still takes them 8 years, where Sparta only has 2, and it takes them 8 years. So maybe it's only if they're negative on the resource generation that it takes a little bit longer? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that part out. What I do know is that we can afford to buy a settler. So we'll just buy it. Whoa. It takes 9 years to make it even if we buy it. I'm gonna cancel that. Did that still consume our money, though? Let's... undo. Undo. Yeah, that did consume our money. Okay. So it is still going to take the time that it takes to build these, but you can build them with money instead. That's not the same as rushing them instantly like you would do in EL. So I guess we'll finish our settler in Sparta, and then we will go ahead and try to buy another settler. Is there any way for us to rush this settler? Supposedly, we're supposed to be able to rush with population, but I'm not seeing that, so I don't know. Maybe it's only if we make that person that has that a governor, and we can't right now? I don't know. So we have 3 orders left. We've kind of already, I think, exhausted all of our movement on everything. We could just keep the orders and trade them in for money, I suppose, but I'd rather push in a little bit further here. Seems good. Alright. This guy could still move if we wanted. Yeah, let's send him up here. Alright, nothing left. End the year there. Queen Consort Olympias, your wife, is now severely ill. Ooh, 70% chance of death. Uh-oh. While passing your daughter's Stratonice chamber, you overhear her criticizing the court, specifically your leadership. Interrupting politely, you offer to explain your choices and to educate her in the challenges of governing. Skeptical, Stratonice listens to your philosophy. Okay. So she is a tactician archetype by default. I like that. If we teach her to become strict, 50 XP for new units, the people as are ours to rule as we see fit. We must try to seek justice for everyone. That allows her to serve as a governor or chancellor, gains the judge trait, no longer tactician, plus 50% switch law, or minus 50% switch law cost, can hurry specialist production with money. Ooh, I like that. I like the hurrying specialist production with money. That seems very, very good. We must try to seek justice for everyone. Okay, marriage offer. A new marriage proposal for Stratonice has arrived from the Cypselid and Seleucid families. We should consider how this will affect the court. What do you suggest? I mean, honestly, we could keep her not married and use her to marry to an enemy faction instead so that we can, like, bridge a gap there. But Alcibiades the Younger is the best option, is one of our options, and Simon the Orator is another option. Dowry will give us 40, is that stone? Looks like 40 stone. And we will gain additional opinion with the Seleucid, but we will lose opinion with the Cypselid for a very long time. The Seleucid are actually the only ones that we have a good reputation with, right? Like a good opinion with right now. So selecting that isn't a great idea. Selecting Albiades is actually a decent idea. Albiades is 41, though, which is also like, we're gonna marry our 19-year-old daughter to a 41-year-old dude? That seems kind of messed up. Just saying. Seems a little bit messed up. It is the best thing from a political standpoint, but it also seems pretty messed up. Simon the Orator, though, is a governor that costs 20% extra to have, basically, because they're extravagant. So I'm not super sold on that. No, none of these, and everybody will be angry. Okay. I guess we go with Alcibiades the Younger. This is... I don't know why he's called the Younger when he's 41. Like, come on. I mean, Greek mythology has done worse, weirder. You're not wrong, Saikana, you're not wrong. I'm just like, come on, man. Alright, I guess we do this for political reasons. I'm very, very sorry, Stratonice. I hope your future husband doesn't live much longer, so that you can be out of that and marry somebody reasonable for you. Does keep our households happy, though. Everybody's super happy, except for Stratonice, who's probably like, why did you saddle me with this old dude? Because there's an Alcibiades the Older somewhere, probably in his 60s. Well, Alcibiades the Older needs to pass so that Alcibiades the Younger can follow him, and we can free up our daughter from being in this weird, weird marriage. So, we take a look at our daughter, though. Where is she? Did we then lose access to her as well? That's something I'm concerned about as well. She's a judge. She can hurry specialist production. So if she can hurry specialist production, I really want to put her here. No governor candidates available. Requires garrison strongholder citadel. Oh, okay. We need a garrison strongholder citadel in order to appoint a governor. So we'll choose our research based upon that. Don't need an ambassador right now, but a garrison improvement would be very, very good here. That comes from sovereignty, so we'll go for that. Alright, garrison improvements are going to allow us to start installing governors. That's something I probably should have gotten a long time ago. And we will have another settler very, very soon. Which is why we're holding this site with, like, reckless abandon. Although, to be honest, we don't need to hold this site that much. We could probably move our military units over here to fight these barbarians and be fine. I think that's what we're gonna do. Seems good. There are Egyptian scouts over here, and I don't want them to come take this city site, but I don't think that they'll get there fast enough to do that with a settler. One movement here. One movement here. Probably just chill then. Yeah, we're out of orders, so that's fine. Still working on that oracle. Beautiful. We're going to get the oracle. What's interesting here is it seems that when one faction starts a wonder, other factions can't begin it. which is actually very cool because it means the race is actually to start. Oh, what? Your son Antiochus starts a fight with a fellow reveler at one of his favorite taverns. He is struck by a broken vessel and bleeds to death in the arms of a friend. After several weeks of mourning, you return to court. What is your first act? Give comfort to his closest friends. +1 charisma, global +2 civics, become mourning. +4 charisma, 10% chance of ill. All cities get -10% orders, and we get +4 charisma. Make an address on public drunkenness, which gives wisdom, grants science. We still become mourning. Okay, so no matter what, we're going into mourning. The question is, do we want to mourn charismatically, or do we want to mourn with wisdom? Public drunkenness is a no-go for me. I'm going to make an address on public drunkenness here. Man, that's sad. That's sad. He was a cool-looking kid, too. Cool-looking kid. Time passes quickly. You still remember the birth of Duchess Archidamia, but she is growing up fast and eager to learn. Would you like to educate Duchess Archidamia? I like how they ask if you'd like to educate, but there is no option to just be like, no, keep them stupid. Keep them stupid, it's fine. So we don't have anybody that's really been trained in commerce. So you're going to be our coin counter, my dear. That is where you're going. Make that money. So she's going to be a commerce student. Sadly, Antiochus is dead. Very sad. Very sad. You know what's saddest about that, too, is how is Philip still alive? Okay, Philip is now ill. 10% increased chance to be ill when you're in mourning. Philip is now ill. Go, Alexander. Whatever happens, Alexander, do not die in the field. Because that would be horrendous right now. Okay, we'll move these guys over here. Nice. Good damage there. Tragedy, tragedy, tragedy. Okay, we've got a worker here that is available to build whatever. Shrine of Athena could be cool, but I think what we'll do is we'll move them down here to become a worker for these folks. And in this situation, I think building a farm makes the most sense. Although we could actually start working on roads. That's also something that makes a lot of sense. We should eventually, I guess, start building roads out here. Got a scout here who's doing his scouty job. Okay. Nothing too new over there. Still exploring inland with this scout where we've found these Scythians. Clearing another bandit camp here so that we can put another city down. I like how they've got a scout just sitting on my city site right there. That makes me kind of angry. We'll see how that goes, though. They're already angry with us anyway. Egypt hates us, but this lady's gonna die soon anyway, so it's fine. Choose production. Corinth is finished. So Corinth just produced their own worker, it would seem. Which means that what we should do with them is potentially work on a festival. I mean, we already have a festival running in one of our other cities. And Corinth is a city belonging to the Seleucid. So can we do anything that helps with culture? Perhaps. Civics and money from a council. I think, honestly, we do the festival here. That seems to make the most sense to me. Could train a militia. Consumes 1 food, has zone of control. Militia seems to mainly be a defensive unit. But I think what we'll do is we'll just go for a festival. Seems like the only thing that actually makes sense, to be honest. Marriage offer. A delegation from Egypt arrives with a marriage proposal for Didama the Affable. Djoser the Younger is the best option. Djoser the Younger is a judge. He's a herder. Pastures and camps gain 100% output. Wow, that's amazing. Didymon the Affable, archetype judge. Djoser will join the nation of Greece. Dowry will be 15 science. Egypt opinion is +20. Here, Kamos will join the nation of Greece. So either way, we're getting the heirs, which is nice. I like that. He's a builder, which means what? Leader can add urban tiles. Multiple workers can build improvements. Oh wow, that's really good. What does add urban tiles mean? Can he can potentially change tiles into urban? Ooh, I really like this guy because he's a builder. Now on the other hand, this is a judge and a herder trait, which means that our pastures and camps will generate more. So it's tough, right? Because they're both very useful things to have, but I think... Well, and then let's also look at the ages. That's 22 and 40. Either way, we're getting a 42-year-old, so they're going to die soon anyway. I'm very, very PC about all this, aren't I? So we could get a little bit more science here, which is kind of nice, but I'd honestly rather have the orders and the builder. So we've accepted the marriage offer. A mine has finished. Corinth has trained a warrior, or no, a worker rather. Okay, worker friend, here's what you're gonna do. You're going to... Why are you only able to build, like, not useful things? I want you to build shrines and stuff. Requires urban, lush, temperate, or arid. This is temperate. Why can I not build a shrine here? Like, it's telling me to build quarries and things, but I don't need that. I kind of would rather have a shrine. Remove the trees first. Okay. So we have to cut down trees in order to do that. The other thing we could do, and I wonder if... Can roads be added to tiles that exist with other things? Let's move this guy here and start building a road. I think that makes a lot of sense. Friendly visit here. Family friend paid a visit to Duke Nicias' school and sends a glowing report about the heir's progress. He appears happy and healthy and is excited to return home and take his place in court. The future looks bright. Send him a gift of academic text to increase his experience. Send him wine for revels with his friends, which will increase his charisma. I'm probably going to go with... Oh, that does give defense to units. It's kind of strong. Yeah, I'll have him revel with his friends with wine. We just sent a 12-year-old wine, guys. It's fine. It's fine. This is ancient times. This is just how they do. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. That wine needed to go to somebody. Bystander. One day during lessons with her tutor, Faratima hears a clamor beyond the palace walls. A group of urchins chase a terrified cat along the streets, laughing and striking it with sticks. What jerks. Arit notices her pupil's interest and challenges her to intervene. What does the royal tutor advise? Attack the boys and drive them away. Distract the boys with a humorous story. Wait until it's safe and nurse the cat back to health. Do nothing. Urchins always chase cats. Wow. So if we go with discipline here, it increases the amount of money she can generate, which is kind of what we're after for her anyway. So that makes sense. We'll have her wait and nurse the cat back to health. Downward spiral. Your grieving wife will not emerge from her chambers, and the servants grow worried. Something must be done to bring her back from the edge of despair. Unfortunately, pressing matters call for attention in Athens, and a crowd of supplicants waits to be seen. I will step away to comfort my grieving wife, which will give her plus 20 opinion for 25 years, but generate 60 disapproval or discontent in Athens, or I will remain in the capital and attend a church. The queen becomes miserable. Leader minus 20% order for all cities, and then minus 2 civics globally, but plus 2 legitimacy. I mean, I'm gonna attend a church or attend a court. I get that she's mourning, but if we let the kingdom fall into disarray, that's just not gonna be good anyway. End the year. King Philip the Explorer U is no longer ill. Hey, I got better. Cool. I thought I was gonna die, but alright, I'll take that. We did train a settler successfully here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that settler, because that is the #1 priority for us spending movement. We're gonna send him on down here. We are gonna get this site that the Egyptians are camping out on. Like, whether they want it or not. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I guess we'll get to that one. We will get to that one. So this worker in Sparta has finished building a barracks? Oh, lovely. Is that what he built there? It is. So I forget what a barracks actually does. Can we mouse over this? 20 XP per year for idle military units and enables officers. Okay. So we have a barracks here now. The question is, what else do we want to build with him? Max 2 per city. I guess we build another barracks here. That's actually sensible because this is a place that is going to need that type of thing. Let's build another barracks. Sparta is producing a worker. I'm not sure why. This is a really bad idea. Actually, I'm going to kind of cut that from queue. Instead, we will produce a slinger here because that makes more sense. As do specialists and things of that nature. Yeah, let's do a slinger here. And then we have the literate. Our scouts cross paths with an eccentric traveler who claims to have established new systems of communications. He says it is a written language known as an alphabet, and that it uses symbols and inscriptions to record knowledge for posterity. Hard labor will ease his troubled minds. for him learning to communicate with other humans, we're gonna put him to work because he's obviously crazy. Adopt his alphabet and employ him in your court. Use this system to spread news of our civilization. Gain propaganda in Athens. Plus 10% culture. Plus 1 culture project. I actually like that. So I think adopting the alphabet makes the most sense. That'll also give us sovereignty sooner, which is very important here. What nonsense is this alphabet? What is this insanity that you speak of? Ooh, chariots would be really nice. Food boost, bareems, harbors, colonization. Can buy tiles. Upkeep, low training. Requires navigation though, which we would be training here. And then serfdom is another law that is all cities. Farms output is increased by 20%. It's actually really, really nice. I kind of think that we could go for navigation and serfdom here, but I do also think that the chariot is going to give us a lot more movement for our units and be a more powerful thing. Leads to drawbridge with ramparts and stirrups with land consolidation. Bonus card, free chariot. I will take the bonus card, free chariot. That seems pretty good. Okay. So, next unit, and Morbits, to answer your question of what happened to our family, one of our sons got drunk and got into a bar fight and got killed. That's what happened to our family. It seems that we can additionally build things on top of roads. Very cool. Instead, though, what I'm going to be doing here is basically building roads to connect our cities with this guy. So his job is just going to be make them roads. And right here, we're going to move them up. Potentially finish these guys off. Come on, King Philip. Reports from the recent fighting describe how your heir, Prince Alexander, dealt the enemy a decisive blow, helping to change the course of battle. How should we take advantage of this? He landed a critical hit. Order him to teach his officers tactics, which gives them plus 25% against barbarians, or we can inspire the people. We're gonna get plus 25% damage against barbarians, because that seems awful strong. Ooh, but before we do that last movement there, we're gonna move our... We can't. We already moved them. Okay. Good. I was like, I want to make sure that I'm moving my settlers here. Sparta is making a slinger right now. Somebody should be making a settler. Actually, Corinth is perfect for, well, they take longer than everybody else to make settlers, so they're not perfect. What are we building here right now? We're building the Olympiad, which is all good and fine, but not that useful. I would much rather buy a settler and put that at the front of the queue. Okay, what about the Duchess? Which Duchess? There are so many Duchesses. Oh yeah, and my queen is dead. My queen is dead now, guys. Maybe we should look at potentially... I mean, I know she hates us and everything, but we could talk to the queen here. Sup, how you doing? We don't have ambassadors, so we can't talk to anyone. And it's also interesting that it hasn't had us go through the fact that our queen really passed away here. Yeah. We just end the year, she died. The game's like, she's dead now. Humble emissaries from Persia kneel before the throne, unable to meet your searching eye. They have come to request aid. Future generations of our people will remember your generosity. Please, we have no place else to turn. Shall we lend Persia our support? So that'll give them a favor. We give them 200 civics. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Persia, you guys are cool. You guys are cool. We know we're all good together. We got family together. Everything is cool. The mines of Lorien. Workers in Athens have discovered a rich vein of ore at a local mine, which would increase production in the local area. However, expanding the operation will require a significant investment. Sure. Yeah, go for it. Make us that money. Our settler is going to make it down here to the city site. And we are going to found a new city for which faction? We're not going to found it for the Argiad here. Did we not do one for... I thought we had a fourth faction here that we hadn't done one for yet. That was the money faction, but now we don't have that option. Did they just, like, go away because we didn't do one for them? What? How did that happen? Okay, everybody else remembers that, right? We had a fourth family. Can only get 3 out of the 4. Oh, okay. Lessons learned. Lessons learned, folks. So who are we gonna give this city to? I feel like the best bet here, since it is on the water, we're gonna give it to the Argiad. You are now known as the Pioneer. Cities founded 4 times 100 equals 400. Progress, we gained additional legitimacy and all that stuff, and we have founded the city of Thebes. The music feels like it is mourning the loss of the queen more than the game itself. Yeah, I would agree with that. I was just kind of surprised because they were like, the queen's dead. Like, we didn't even get an event for it. I expected an event for the queen dying. Apparently, because we were already in mourning, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, we're still in mourning. Maybe that's actually why we didn't get a trigger for that. Okay, so Thebes has been successfully built. What would we have of them at this point? This is going to be kind of a trading city, I suspect. So what I'd like to do here... These are all repeatable, we don't really need them. The festival's not going to do much here. Interesting. I honestly don't know what we need them to work on. I don't feel like anything here is going to be specifically beneficial. I guess a treasury would be useful. Let's have them build a treasury. That makes sense. And then Corinth is working on a festival still. Sparta is working on a slinger, and there is a settler running in Athens, which is great. We should be able to actually build something extremely useful now, provided that this guy finishes the Oracle sometime soon. In the meantime, I am going to keep building out roads here. So that's another road. Once this guy finishes the farm, he'll be working on roads as well. We also need to just start spamming workers in Athens at this point. Oh, that is an Egyptian army right there that's just hanging out here, which I don't really like. But it is what it is. If they want to tango, we've got 3 armies here. We will tango, and we will potentially win. I can't guarantee we'll win, but we could. Okay. Let's move them up here, and then up here. We're basically just trying to expand our vision a little bit here. We are still behind everybody else on cities, but we're catching up. We did complete our first ambition. Oh, we did not. How did we not complete our first ambition? I guess it'll complete at the end of the turn. I bet you that's what it is. And we have three orders left. Okay, so that uses those. Let's end our year. News has arrived from abroad that Queen Hatshepsut the Good of Egypt is dead, and a new ruler, Queen Neferuri the New of Egypt, has taken the throne. She likes us because we sided with her in an argument with her and her mom, so that's good. Kamosi the Strict, your son-in-law, and Didama the Affable have given birth to a daughter, Gorgol. What kind of a name for a little girl is Gorgo? What's your name, little girl? Gorgo? I mean, it just sounds bad. Okay. Oh. Alright then. That is interesting. Quite a few different lines you can apparently have. Interesting. We have a ton. Whoa, look at Nicias. Why does Nicias, the son of Alexander, look older than Alexander? That's kind of entertaining. Antiochus has passed, sadly. Our queen has passed, sadly. She died at the young age of 57. We are 66, and our dude is still out there fighting. Like, he's like, forget age, I am immortal. Okay, you, little friend, are going to continue to build your roads. Add a road. 4 years left on the Oracle, 4 years left on that, 2 years left on that. It's going to be a while before we can get a worker down here to Thebes, or Thebes, not Thebes. Wow. Okay, we're going to move our Barim back here, I think. And with these units, we're just going to kind of hang out here. We don't need to skirmish with Egypt. I think we're kind of fine right there. Skirmishing with them seems like a real bad idea. And then once our settlers are done, well, actually, we're waiting for workers to be done so that we can build things to allow for governors. I know we had a couple of different governors too, but I think the main one we want to get is Athens. And I actually think it might be better to just send this worker up the... Wow, listen to that music! The music is, like, super suspenseful right now. Oh, we've got more barbarians up here, so that's good. Run away! Oh, and more Scythians. Wow, he is in a bad spot. We're gonna get him to the forest so he can stealth up. Next unit, we have 5 orders left. Hey, an ancient ruin. As your explorer stands by unnoticed, a tribe of hunters visits the ruins to check their traps. They go about their business distracted by their abundant spoils. Should our explorers intervene, kill them and take their supplies? No. That's not cool. Secretly observe their technique, and we gain Trapper in Athens. Trapper Specialist. Camps produce times 200%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go for that. You'll note that we didn't suddenly become known as an explorer again, which is unfortunate, because that would have been cool. Alright. 2 orders left, and I feel like maybe we just end our turn here, because we don't really need to do anything with those 2 orders at this time. Yeah, we'll just end our turn here. You have an important decision to make first. Okay, do I? Oh, it's under here. Ascension. The ascension of Hystaspas in Persia has inspired a popular rebellion in the city of Thebes. What? Known for its many ethnic Persians. We must do something to address this population. Deport all ethnic Persians from Thebes. Okay. I guess we just founded Thebes and it's filled with Persians and we're going to deport them, or we could throw a celebration of their heritage, but we don't have the food for that. We would need 70 food. We could buy 70 food pretty well, maybe not. We could try, or we could erect a statue of Hystaspas, which would require our king to be humble, which he is not. So if we do this, becomes intolerant, -2 wisdom. That's tough. -30 happiness in Thebes. I guess we're gonna buy food. We're gonna buy a lot of food. Okay. Buy a lot of food. Studies complete. I guess it'll hopefully let us go back to that now that we have the food. Training soldiers and officers. Nicias, the young heir, has returned from his... He doesn't look young. Has returned from his tactics studies, but he would like to retain a tutor for additional training. What shall be the focus of his continued education? So currently, he has charisma, courage, and discipline. Wow, this dude is... And he's a commander. He is setting up pretty well. So he can become a drill master, which means that as a governor, he would provide plus 100 XP for new infantry, but he's not going to be a governor, so that doesn't do anything. Or he could become intelligent, which is another governor thing that doesn't really do anything. So I'm going to have him become a drill master, because maybe when he retires from combat, we'll make him a governor, probably get a worker down there. I think you have dyes there in Thebes. Oh, do I now? Where do I have dyes at? I have shells and things, but I don't see dyes. I have salt. That's salt, right? No, that's marble. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how to tell if I have dyes. Like, I don't see a special node for them, but I could be very, very wrong there, too. Yeah, I don't see dyes. Hopefully it'll revenance. Screams rouse you in the dead of night. You wake to find an apparition at the foot of your bed. When it speaks, it does so in the voice of the recently deceased. Trembling, you turn to light a candle, but when you look again, the phantom has vanished. The next morning, you question this visitation. Was it real, or has the ongoing grief touched your mind? I will busy my thoughts with affairs of state. I must understand this spectral phenomenon. Gain some wisdom from that. I honestly think here that we're better off going with this because we don't need the extra orders. Ascension. Okay, so we can't choose this. Oh, because we don't have the money now. Oh, no. Okay. What can we sell? We are playing the odds here. What can we sell? We can sell some iron. We need to get up to how much money? 140. So if we sell 100 iron, we should have plenty. Let's do that. Choose ambition, because it won't let us click that. Hello, Nova, or is that Orion? If you heard a Mao, it's probably Orion in the background. Let's see. Stockpile 2,000 training, desired by Argiod. Enact epics, desired by Sipsalid. On completion, plus 10 legitimacy, starts epics law. And memory, pursued our ambition, plus 40 opinion. Who's lowest on our opinion right now? It is the Argiod. The Argiod are constantly low on opinion. And we are generating 47 training per turn. Control 5 developing cities, desired by the Seleucid patrons. So that one's not bad either. But I think that the Argiod is the one I'm going to go with here, the Stockpile 2000, because that's pretty easy. We don't burn through training very quickly either. Okay, can I go to that event now? There we go. Throw a celebration of their heritage. Bam. Alright, so that's a good solution to that. And I think after that we're pretty much done. We do have 2 orders left, but I don't know that we can even make good use of them at this point. I guess we could move this guy a little bit. Okay, that didn't really help much, but sure. Ending the year. Ooh. Wow, I hope the stream is okay for everybody. It looks like my internet just hiccuped pretty hard. Yeah, the music is pretty strong. Reports from the school where your grandchild, Archidamia, receives rhetoric training paint a disappointing picture. It seems Archidamia has spent all of her allowance and is cheating classmates out of their money. So much for her education in banking and commerce. I'm sorry, how is that a bad education in banking and commerce if she's cheating all of her classmates out of their money? She becomes careless. So she generates less civics. That's kind of sad. But she does generate more money. So, I mean, she must work harder at her training. I can just send money, and then she becomes endeared to me. I am not gonna send her money. She must train harder. That minus 20% civics right there hurts, though. That really does hurt. Resource shortfall. Spent 12.2 money to build more food. Uh-oh. We are in need of additional food. And that is likely because we stopped expanding the food in Athens. And I will be right back, folks. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. One moment. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. So, let's pick up where we left off. We've got 16 orders. That means we just started our turn here. And we do have a food shortage in the Empire, which we're basically buying out with money right now. That's not going to last for very long, though. We need to find a way to resolve our food issues here very, very quickly. So I think what I'm going to do, at least for the moment, is build another farm right here. Yeah, seems good. That should get us a little bit more food coming in. Why, hello there. I see that you snatched up that gold that we discovered. Why are you a jerk? Oh, this has been harvested too, but those are gems. We hadn't actually seen that resource yet. Sounds like she's doing the best. Zachary Becker sounds like who's doing the best. There we go. Jump over here. So we are nearing sort of the end of the stream, but I want to ask you guys if you're, still hanging around in chat. So after watching, what are your thoughts of Old World? Because I'm actually really digging this. I think that, I think they found a really, really good way to strike a balance between a lot of things that have been kind of done a certain... ZB Halo Killer, man. We are together. I love that new follower alert. I'm actually turning it up so I can hear it better. Needs more polish, but it's really good first take. Yeah, so what I was saying, Grant, was I think that there are a lot of mechanics that have just been done a certain way for a very, very long time in 4X games, and this has sort of found a way to be you don't have to do it that way, though. You don't have to do it that way. There are some bits and pieces that I think could be polished. I don't currently understand how my resource generation affects the number of turns that it takes to complete things. That's something that I would like to have a better understanding of. That may just be me, though. I don't know if you guys caught on to something I didn't, but we can see that it does have some effect. I'm just not sure what the effect is. Any plans for a Let's Play series on this? Not currently, but after today, quite possibly. So, here's the thing about the series that are running on the channel right now. We've got a lot of things going. I'm actually, next week, I'm dropping one of the series because with the addition of the podcast to the lineup, I've actually given myself too much work and I'm basically not able to keep up. So that is the biggest problem, is that everything that's cool that comes out I want to cover and do a series on, but you can't do a series on everything, right? And there's certain things that are on the channel right now that I don't want to take off because I'm working towards some partnerships with some game studios like Riot and Digital Extremes. But I would actually love to do a series on this, so we'll see where that fits in and how that shapes up in the weeks to come, because I do think that it just has so much potential. The way the families interact with each other, the way that the events are structured, even just the descendant line, it's almost like do a playthrough but wait for 1.0. See, that might be a good idea too. It's just very well put together, in my opinion. It's rough around the edges, it's early access, but I gotta be honest, for it being early access, this is pretty far along. This is not the early access you play. Okay, and this isn't a dig, it's not, because I really, really liked Industries of Titan, but this is way, way further along than Industries of Titan as far as early access goes. Yeah, this is just early access right now, and this is way further along than Industries of Titan, and Industries of Titan is great. I really enjoyed that. I've been playing that off camera even because of how much I enjoy it. I've got a new city on there, guys. It's pretty cool. And I may end up doing some more coverage on that in the future too, because it's an awesome game. But this is so much further along than that. I'm blown away by A, how far along this is, and B, how many things they've taken that are part of the 4X formula and been yeah, but we can do better. And they really have. They've really done better with a lot of things. It's actually super exciting. It's super exciting the way that they've deviated from sort of the standards to me. But I'm a sucker for people being willing to try something new and being willing to find stuff that's interesting like that. Oh, King Philip the Pioneer U is no longer mourning. I'm no longer mourning. Oh, but Alex is sick. That's not good. Alex is sick. My son-in-law and my daughter have given birth to Craterus. I like that kid's name. And Duke Nicias has a new illegitimate son. What? Wait, what? Nicias, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Okay, so now we have illegitimate sons. He's not considered an heir at all because he's illegitimate. Okay. What? We can assassinate our illegitimate grandson or great-grandson? This seems like a really garbage thing. We can also legitimize him. I like that. This ain't how we roll. You made a mistake, Nicias. You couldn't keep it in your pants. This boy deserves to be part of the family. I'm not going to make him a chosen heir, but I am going to legitimize him, and I'll trade some legitimacy for that. Ooh, these Seleucids are upset from envy. Families with less cities than the others have higher envy and disloyalty, and a declined marriage. They are very unhappy right now. It's like amplitude level of early access. I think they're like gold star in how they do early access. Yeah, I am super impressed with this game. Like 100%. I didn't expect to be this impressed with it. I'm gonna be honest. Looking at screenshots and stuff, I was like, oh, that looks really good. It has that sort of classic historical 4X feel, but it doesn't play like a classical historical 4X. It has so much more going on for it. It's kind of incredible, actually. I am extremely enthused with this. A delegation from Egypt arrives with a marriage proposal for Duke Nicias. Hey, look, now you can have legitimate children. This guy. Okay. Recatre of Elephantine is the best option, and she would be a scholar. A scholar with warlike, so she would generate additional training, which is actually really useful. Leaders unlocks inquiry and capital, can redraw text, can serve as governor or ambassador. I actually really like that. That's a good option. Why she wants to marry this troublemaker is beyond me. And then the other option is Princess Recatre, which would give us Discipline 1, Wisdom 2. She's not really stuck into any category yet. I mean, that might mean that we get to choose her education, which could be kind of cool. Dowry will give us extra actions. This dowry will give us extra wood. I'm actually going to go with this one, though. I think that this is a better match, to be frank. The ages are closer, plus this one is ready to be a governor that produces training, which is a focus of ours right now. So I'm going to go with Elephantine there. Commerce studies. Now that Duchess Archidamia has completed her study of commerce, how shall she contribute to the court? What role best suits Archidamia? Wow, look at that. I love the way you get to see the family members sort of grow up, too, where they go from that kid to the adult, and I wonder if there's connections between the kid art and the adult art, because that's kind of cool if there is. She is 4th in line right now. I could have her become a commander, a disciplined battlefield leader. I don't want her to become either of these things, but I guess a schemer makes more sense. Let's see, a schemer gives us the leader mission, adopt child, use legitimacy to buy orders. That seems very good. Scouts are always hidden, can serve as general or spy master here. She would lose 2 courage, which I'm fine with, but she would actually gain 4 wisdom. Yeah, let's do it. We don't have a schemer yet, or like a spy master. You can be like your grandmother. Mother? I forgot. Grandmother. Yes, you shall be a schemer like your grandmother. They even look alike. They honestly do look alike. I also think that Alexander looks like us, but this dude, I don't know where he came from. This is very cool, man. I'm digging this quite a bit. So next unit here, we have a worker who is freed up to build more roads. I like that. Get us another road going here in Corinth. I do not want to zoom to that scout, but thank you, game, for inferring that. That is actually something I would like it to not do, is automatically zoom to the next unit, necessarily. because I don't really want to zoom to that scout. That scout is kind of not something I'm focusing on. The Slinger is a ranged unit and can attack units from 2 or more tiles away, allowing them to be an efficient use of orders in combat. They can even shoot farther from on top of hills, but will deal less damage over long distances or when firing into trees or scrub. Okay. So what's interesting about this is that we may be able to use them to take out some of the barbarians that we've discovered and just kind of test them out with their range. So I'm going to go ahead and send these guys right up here. We'll deal with them more later, so we'll actually be able to basically get more use out of our orders, because for the longest time, these guys have just been chilling up here. I think I'm actually going to bring them back over here, because realistically, Egypt's not going to be able to block every one of these nodes that we're trying to settle on. So we'll bring these folks home so that they can heal up, if they have the actions, but they do not right now. That's fine. End the year. Lovely. It's really weird too, because I'm like actually gonna be kind of sad when we lose Philip, because we're kind of attached to Philip now. Prince Alexander, your son is no longer ill. Awesome. Awesome. Very glad that he has survived. Stories and souvenirs. Oh my god, did anybody else see that pop up and think like, oh, Philip died, or Alexander died, that's why he's no longer ill? That would have made me really sad. Scouts encounter an expedition of strangers following a similar route. They call themselves Carthaginians and hail from a distant land beyond the horizon. Sharing a cordial meal, the two groups exchange stories and souvenirs. How shall our scouts conclude this meeting? Show them our goodwill with a gift. I like this. Keep the meeting civil, but that is all. We must dominate them. Wow. That's a little up there. Nope. We're gonna go ahead and show them our goodwill with a gift. Hello, Carthage. Y'all seem pretty cool. We have a marriage offer. A marriage proposal has arrived from Argead family for Duchess Archidamia. We would be wedding her to Themistocles, the tactician. Dude, this age thing for the marriage throws me off so much. Like, I don't want to marry my 19-year-old daughter to some 43-year-old dude. That's just... dang. Okay, so basically we can either marry to a zealot, store up to 10 orders between turns. Oh wow, that's actually really good. I thought that immediately. Wow. +4 charisma, -2 wisdom. The other option is Themistocles the tactician, who is steadfast, so strong against barbarians, and they are a tactician, so no extra unit. Consumption costs when outside borders. Reveal range is increased by 1, and all units have a +10% critical chance. I actually like Themistocles here. He seems very good. Antipater the Young is interesting as well, but for different reasons. Being able to store orders seems really powerful, but I don't know that he can be a governor. He has to be a general. This guy also has to be a general, however this guy gives additional critical chance, more map range reveal. I think we'll go with this guy just because I want to see if we can get that order storing thing to work. Because if that works, that's really strong. 21 orders right now. Crazy. Choose our research. We can get the Spearman next, or we can discover a bonus, gain a chariot in Athens for a free chariot right here. I mean, how is that a free chariot if it uses our science for 3 years? It doesn't seem like it's free, you know what I mean? Like, I get that they're giving us a thing, but it's not exactly free. Permanently trashed when discarded. I am going to go for the phalanx here, because I do want to get the spearmen. I think the spearmen are going to be very useful for us. Man, the Seleucid are very angry with us right now. They have no happiness or love for us at all as a leader. Let's go ahead and heal. And heal. Seems good. The Barim here can just kind of move around. We're not really trying to... Oh, nope. Don't make a war with the Egyptians, please. Just hang out there. In order for us to have an ambassador, we require a... orator, scholar, or diplomat, and aristocracy. We should have aristocracy already, so I'm not sure if we just don't have an orator or what, because I'm almost 100% sure we have aristocracy. Like, we researched aristocracy, did we not? Yeah. Oh, did we not finish it? How do we have 9 progress in it, but we didn't finish it? What? Weird. How do we have 9 progress in navigation? I know we didn't even start navigation. Like, I know for a fact we didn't do that. Is it somehow, like, granting resources back to previous technologies or something? That is curious. See, stuff like this I'd like to understand a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna use 4 orders to move them here so they can get close. Probably gonna go to this hillside here and try shooting at the barbarians. I'm not sure. I think if we get to this hill, we should have enough range to hit them, but I can't say for 100% sure. We do have 11 orders left. Quite a few orders left to go there. This guy isn't doing anything because he already built a road here. Seems good. So let's have him continue building roads. Or actually, let's send him up to Athens here, and he can start building things for a governor. Alright, next unit is our scout up here. Let's see what we can find. Oh, gems! Hello, hello. Oh, why are we not able to harvest? We're too far. Oh, I always forget that if you're too far, you can't get the resources. Whoops. Scouts encounter an expedition of strangers following a similar route. They call themselves Romans and hail from a distant land beyond the horizon, sharing a cordial meal. The two groups exchange stories and souvenirs. Show them our goodwill with a gift. That could be useful, but unfortunately, we do not have the money for that right now. We are past our food deficit, though, so that's nice. And instead, we're at a wood deficit, which is kind of to be expected. We've been in a wood deficit for a very long time. Keep the meeting civil, but that's all. That's fine. Okay, next unit, next unit. I guess we could do a little more scouting with this guy up here. Just gonna move over there into the woods. Hey, look, a resource that we could potentially not gather because we're not close enough. Oh, that's not good. Hi, Carthage. Y'all seem cool. I'm out. Don't really want a tango there. Let's just go ahead and end our turn now. So once we get a unit that levels up, I'm going to try assigning that new guy that married in to see if we can store up our orders. The Oracle has been completed by the Greek, or by Greece. So that will give us access to +1 tech card hand size when we get new research. You are now known as the GUD. Ha ha ha! Talk about a way to end stream, y'all. I am now known as the GUD. Because I have cleared barbarians, I have founded cities, I've added courtiers, I've finished improvements, founded a nation, ruins explored, all this stuff added into that. I am now known as the GUD. Huh? Huh? Okay. Thank you, game, you know me. Now I like this game even better, just saying. Diplomatic scandal. One of our recent diplomatic missions to Persia was found smuggling secret documents out of King Hystaspes the Mason's palace. The Mason, I like that. The scandal has caused widespread anti-Greek sentiment across the nation. We will pay to maintain our truce. We must repair ties or face the consequences. King Hystaspes, -1 opinion for 25 years. Persia, memory, -60 opinion for 25 years. King Philip the Good, plus 20 XP. And then legitimacy. So, I mean, this is really not great either way. We're going to go to -60, or we're going to go to -100. And we would have to sell things to make money if we wanted to go to -60. You played on the good difficulty level, so that is appropriate. It is indeed. All the goods. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm not worried about it too much. The Oracle has completed. Lovely. With this wonder, my legacy will endure. +2 legitimacy there. See, we got the legitimacy back that we spent making that... bastard child legitimate. Next unit. Okay, worker seems like he's done here. I suppose that what we want to do here is build more food, it looks like, because we are still at a negative on food. Let's go for that. Why are we going to build a garrison here? Oh, I guess that enables a governor, which is actually pretty useful. Actually, let's do that. Let's build a garrison for right now and try to... Whoa. Okay. We have hit a problem, y'all. This is, Oh, it's gone now. I don't know what that was all about, but it's gone now. Now we can build a garrison. He doesn't seem to be building the garrison, though. Alright. Yeah, so we just hit our first bug. I will have to go ahead and check the logs and see if I can send that off to Mohawk after the stream. Okay, you're gonna move up here. Or you're not. Yeah, I think everything is done now. I don't think things are gonna do what I asked them. Yep. Everything is done now. Things are not gonna do what I asked them to do anymore. It just so happens that we're just about at the end of the stream anyway. Thank you for everybody that came and hung out. I hope you guys enjoyed Old World as much as I did. I will be sending that bug report off to Mohawk, as well as a couple of the ideas and the comments that you guys had in chat today, to see what they think on those. It's a great project, though. I'm definitely into what they've done with the 4X genre here. The changes that they've made seem very interesting and innovative, and bar this minor bug that we've encountered, I mean, we could probably just reload the turn even. But bar this minor bug, things are incredibly well worked out in this. The way that everything is interconnected is very, very intriguing to me, and it feels like instead of the 4X being like you versus all these other factions, it almost feels like a spider web of connections, right? And that makes it infinitely more interesting to me. I can't wait to see what they're going to be continuing to add into the game, since this is only early access. So with that said, thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful time today, and I will see you next time.